Hey guys, welcome to Little Black Bert 91. We are talking to you guys about Love is Blind. Listen, it's crazy because this season, I don't know if any of them are going to make it to the altar. I don't know if they're going to make it past the altar. You get me? But listen, we're going to have a few people on as well to come and give their say and share their thoughts and opinions as well today, as we always do on a Tuesday night as well. So I look forward to seeing some people come through a little bit later on. But you know what? It's cool. You know what I mean? Because I think this particular season has been quite interesting as well, because there's been a numerous different things that have happened and different couples who have really kind of like taken my eye in these first few episodes And I must say, for me, I don't know if they're gonna make it. Any of them. Now, I'm sure some of them do because as always on these shows, people are willing to, I guess, sabotage themselves sometimes, and sometimes people are there for fame. Sometimes people are there because they don't recognize that they have their own issues they need to work through. But yeah, we're gonna break it all the way down. And we're gonna chop it all the way up today. So if you're new to the channel, do me a massive favor, like it, share, subscribe, click on that wonderful bell button for notifications of the uploads. We appreciate y'all as well. Okay, let's get straight into this because I don't even want to waste time. You know what I mean? I want to get straight into this stuff. I want to get chopping up and talking about some of these couples. Let's talk Nick and Anna straight away. Okay, all right, because from episode 7 to 9, we know that obviously there's some issues. Obviously, I've already done a breakdown for episode 7 and 8, but let's focus on episode 9 and or episode 8 and 9, and let's go a little bit deeper because they had a conversation with family, and I think this was a really good insight into their particular family as well. Okay, all right, let's have a look at this situation here.
Scratch off the surfaces to find out if something is bothering him. Because I don't know, you just have always been so.
Maybe that bothers her too.
Yeah, no, we've had that too. Where I'm kind of like, hey.
I ain't gonna lie to you. His mom, I don't know if you clocked it. His mom was, she kept on saying, he's so sensitive. He's so sensitive. From a young boy, he's been so sensitive. Marge, the way mom's talking, I ain't gonna lie to you. I can see why she called him gay. Because her mom looks like she's a little bit of a emasculator. I ain't gonna lie to you. I know it sounds wild, and we normally talk about this stuff, from a while, but the way she was consistently talking and making her opinion felt, we barely heard the dad. I don't know what the dad was saying. The way she put her hand on the shoulder of her son, like she's a dad. I said, oh, I think the mother kind of dominates the men in the family. I wonder why she thought the boy was weak. Sorry, I should say weak. That's not what she is. I wonder why she thought the boy was gay. Okay, because if you see the way she handled in affairs, you see why. You can see why. You know what I mean? Like, I look at this. Look at this. I think there's a part here.
Awesome. Yeah. Yep. He's got good taste, and you both want kids.
Yeah.
We're gonna be a group of something.
I told you. I'm like,
the mom is just dominating every conversation, bro. Now, of course, we know that some men don't like talking too much. You get me? But I'm just saying, like, the mom was in the centerfold of everything, directing everything, talking about how he was when he was young, and when he was such a young boy, and you get. But this part here, just look at this. Look at this.
look at Andrew laughing over there.
No, it's good. That this hand on the shoulder is very manly. I know some of you might not say it and agree with it. Maybe I'm being a bit misogynistic. I'm gonna be real with you. That hand on the shoulder is very manly. Okay, all right, very, very manly. Okay, for me, I saw that and I said, no wonder why she called him gay. Okay, you know what she said? Fathers do that to their sons. Remember when I said this about Titus from 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 King's Court. He did the same thing to Brianna where he put her hand on her shoulder, and I was like, what's going on here? Like, you don't do those kind of things apart from fathers to sons. Even mothers doing that to daughters is kind of weird. So the fact that she did it, I said, oh, she got a dominating spirit. Okay, she got a dominating spirit, and she expects a man to be a certain way. Maybe she ain't happy with your papa and your daddy. She just made it work, but maybe she was never happy with your mom and with your actual dad. You have to be aware of them things there. Maybe your dad was not. Maybe your mom was not happy with your dad. Actually, you get me. The ones there, like that. You have to be aware of them things there, fam. I'm just saying. This is just my own little observation. I may be wrong, but just that. Look at that.
To be there.
Right.
And knowing Nick the way we raised him and all that, I knew too that you'd be pretty awesome. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I think there's more that meets the eye. Okay, I think there's more than meets the eye. I think there's a lot going on in that household that we're not seeing. I see you as well. I think there's a lot that goes on. So yeah, I'm a hold off for a little while and see, because I'm sure there might be a little bit more that might come out in terms of their relationship, because that hand on the son was crazy. absolutely brazy. Okay, all right. She taking on that masculine role. I'm telling you that for sure. All right, quickly, let's talk a little bit Anton and Ali, because of course Anton Ali
Yeah.
hold on, their situation, and they're having breakfast again, and someone said I'm tripping. I hear it, but you've never put your hand on your son like that. You've never put your hand on your son like that. You've never put your hand on even your brother like that. You don't even do that to your brother. Like, you know what I'm saying? Two sisters don't even do that to their brothers. You know? That's what men do to other men so the fact that she picked that up, she probably works, maybe she works in a very masculine field, or like I said, she run that house like a man do. I'm just gonna be real with you. That trait there, you know what I mean? But all right, cool. Let me move on for them, because of course, like I said, I don't go too deep today. My people are coming on, so I want to just be able to rush through quickly and get this as well. So Anton Ali, okay. So obviously we're not going to see that much in episode thingy, but Anton Ali, he a drunken boy. He is drunk. Yeah, he drunk. Okay, let's about Anton Ali really quickly as well before I get my panelists up as well coming through. Okay.
A single guy, like if that's what you enjoy doing, like that's just not.
It's not your vibe.
Like that's not who I want. You know? So he's telling me like, oh, I haven't been in over a year, and I'm like, okay, well I'm hearing different from like a third party. So like.
Okay, so Anton Ali, let me be real. Yes. Yeah, Anton likes to drink a bit too much. Okay, Anton likes to drink a little bit too much. Okay, he drink a little bit too much. I see you, V. Thank you. I said, okay, cool. You know, I said, oh, he drinking way too much. I said, oh, lordy. I said, we gotta. Anton, you did a bit too much. Okay, all right. So, but yeah, no, I think their relationship is interesting because I did in my review. I was wondering why Anton did not actually confess that he went to the strip clubs. I'm wondering why he didn't confess he's a bit of a party boy. And I said, when you're hiding things like that, bro, like you're not gonna help yourself. You know, you're not gonna help your relationship by hiding it. You make people want to find out even more about what's going on with you. So you should be honest and open from the beginning. You know what I'm saying, Chu? So I said, something's deeper there. You shouldn't be drinking that much. Something's deeper. You're not telling us some truths. And what I'm afraid of is that it's going to come out in the marriage. Some people like to trap people, and when they get in the marriage, and then they release all their trauma. My boy, nobody's your therapist. So if you know you got some deep trauma, let's start working through it now. Because if you get into a marriage, you're going to lock her up, and that's not going to be the right thing. Now, Ali got her own issues, okay? Ali's a little bit, spoiled brat's probably the best word. Spoiled brat is a big word, okay? All right? Spoiled brat meets drunkard, okay? So in this particular space, I see you, Sean, as well, thank you. In this space, I'm like, okay, wait, hold on a minute now. Ali, some of the things that you're saying, I just know that she's testing that boy. I'm going to say again, she be testing that boy. When she makes a little jokes about 10K ring, when she makes jokes about him paying all the bills and then cooking and then not cleaning, when she says those things, I don't know about you, but yeah, old girl's tapped. Now she has every reach. Do you know what? Everybody's allowed to have their preferences. Absolutely. And we're allowed to cuss you out. Because what's that? What is that? What is that? I should pay bills. I should come and cook. I should come and clean. But because you didn't cook, you didn't clean in your mom's house, you don't clean in this house when you're studying. My friend, if you don't find sense will find you. Okay? All right? So these two here got their major issues on the table. And they had a little conversation in episode 9 about what do you tell the people? And she said, I told them the truth. I said, yeah. If she started telling the truth already, yeah, she might be out. She might not be saying yes on deadline day. You know what I mean? So yeah, that was interesting as well. Okay, Mike, and let me just quickly do a Mike and thing. I see my panelists are coming through. I love that. Thank you, panelists. We see you. Mike plus why have I forgotten her name, bro? Mike and Sparkly Meg. Thank you. That's how I remembered it in my head. Mike and Meg, real quick. Okay, and let's get our thoughts.
Tacky. A little more tacky and like not classy.
I love it.
But you know, you had a good head on your shoulders, and I was not going off of like physical things. So
Okay, so this situation, we already knew, listen, it wasn't going to go nowhere, okay? I think she made the right choice. I think she made the right choice in choosing her boy, Jordan. I think Jordan's a very secure individual and man. What I need her to do is it pays to be the boss. So I don't want to hear complaints if you're going to have all this money and not be using it, okay? But you got to use it in the right way. We don't want to be throwing it around and throwing around, you know, you being a boss now, you know what I mean? So, you know, I think, you know, she is chosen the right path. I think Mike kind of showed a little bit of his immaturity towards the end, you know, and, you know, I believe that, you know, Mike and her would have just clashed heads, if I'm honest with you. She wouldn't have felt emotionally safe. But what I would have found is that should have probably made it work for a while because, you know, the money situation. What I will say is, though, like with her and Jordan, that £2 million house is crazy. So I need her to be telling me that she's paying all that money for the £2 million house because, baby girl, if my coins don't stretch, we don't stretch. Okay? All right? If your wallet's got Stretch Armstrong to attach to it, let me know. But I'm going to just tell you this now. A £2 million house, sis, with a 500K loan, sis, Megan, can we focus? It's not easy out here, my guy. Okay? It's really not. So I think they kind of agreed that she was going to end up paying most of it, I think, in the end as well. So I said, okay, cool. I just hope that you don't end up regretting it because, you know, what you don't want to have is her then going, I'm tired. Can't you take over the bills? Hey, you see, I remember like, what's the film? It's not easily broken. That's the same thing. It's a not easily broken situation, you know. Old girl gonna be like, yeah, I got it. I can pay for it. Don't worry, it'll come out my account. Daga, 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 daga. Then they have kids, and then the mind has changed. Actually, I know, but I want to make it more easier of a life. Oh, can you go a little bit? Please don't come and change your mind. Please don't come and change your mind because Jordan's not about to make that kind of money. Baby girl, £2 million house with a 500 count. You're going to pay a lot of the money and then you're going to sell your house, pay for the house, and then you're going to have 500K. What? Yeah, and a 6-bedroom house don't even make sense. 6-bedroom house don't even make sense. It doesn't even make sense. 4-bedroom at best right now. 4. Okay? All right? I'm just like, yo, like, I'm like, I said she gonna get that man bankrupt. He gonna be stressed for the rest of his life because she gonna turn around and be like, can't you contribute a bit more? I don't feel so safe. When you start hearing them bars, just know that it's all long for you guys. Yeah, just know. Anyway, quickly moving on from them. Okay, as well. Let's talk KB plus Edmund, and obviously, of course, my panelists are coming on in a few minutes, guys. So don't worry, I will be getting them on as well. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's get KB and their conversation. You already know I done breakdowns of them already, so you already know how.
I don't want to get here.
You have no answer for me? You brought that here.
Because I can't like it. What have you told me?
What have you done for me lately? Ooh, yeah. What have you done for me lately? Ooh, yeah. Okay, so yeah, they start asking those questions. What have you done for me lately? And this argument, I understand the argument. I just think it didn't need to happen there. I actually get the argument. I can see why she might have felt slighted. I don't agree with her, but I can see why she got slighted. You know, your feelings are valid. You know what I mean? Like how you felt is how you felt. You know what I'm saying to you? I'm not gonna be mad that you had those feelings. But my thing is, at the end of the day, okay, my thing at the end of the day is that sis, the argument didn't need to happen there. You could have waited till you got home. But you pushed it. He then replied. You pushed it. He replied, and then later on he walked away, which he shouldn't have done. By the way, he walked away. He shouldn't have done that. If you're gonna have the conversation, don't walk away after. You should have just said, I don't want to have a conversation now. I want to leave it where it is. Okay, all right. So you know what I mean. So that every time she trying to, and I think with KB, I said she's dismissive avoidant. I think she's fearful avoidant because she consistently tests him all the time as well. right? Those questions about, well, if if a man approached me and puts a hand on me, would you? And now we're here doing the same thing again. It's like she just wants to see, she wants to test his masculinity because she wants to feel safe. She doesn't feel safe with him because she's having to lead. But here's the thing: a lot of people need to understand: step the frick back. Step the frick back. You're doing too much. Okay? Nobody told you to lead. Step back. Nobody told you to step up. Step back. Nobody told you to stand up. Sit down. You know what I mean? Stand still. Stop moving. Stop. So you know what I mean? Like you're forcing it, right? If this man ain't the one for you, leave him alone. You know what I mean? If it's not the man for you, it's cool. Leave him alone. Rest. Be out. You know what I'm saying to you? Sometimes we ain't got to have these kind of arguments. But I understand her frustrations. I think it's a buildup of other things. Okay? It's a buildup of other things. It's a buildup of other things. And I think honestly, she got the ick a little bit. I think she got a little bit of the ick. I think she got, you know, the ones where, you know, you see, one thing about the ladies, you see, the man them do something similar, but it's a bit different. But for the ladies, when they don't like you, yeah, this is what I'm saying. They get to a place, yeah, where they start like, you know, when they don't like you, they start doing, they get irritated by everything you do. Like they'll be irritated about anything you do. It don't matter what you do. They don't like it. And it's because really and truly, they don't like you. And that's okay. Listen, I'm not mad at it. Listen, you're allowed to have your free choice. Choose what you gotta do, baby. I'm not mad at it, bro. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you ain't gonna like everybody. Okay. Edmund could have done a bit better in terms of conversation because he walked away earlier on. He should not have walked away. He should have stayed in the conversation and not walked away. That would have been his best choice, but he didn't do that. So, yeah. Joey and Madison situation. I don't know what's going on with Joey. Imagine Joey's also giving drunkard right now, but then again, I don't know if old girls overreacting, but Joey just seems to be giving a little bit of a drunkard as well. So we gotta watch out for we gotta watch out for Joey too, because Joe looks like he'd be in a very dangerous position. It's my last one before I get the people on, so we'll get you guys on the panelists as well. Okay, you get me? So let's see. Okay.
Some might say, but like I'm not too much. Anyway, what he's I don't fuck with him too much. But that being said, could be the best guy on the whole entire world.
All right, Joe Madison. Let's be honest. Throughout the whole this last few episodes, what's their problem with him? Yeah, Joe's struggling, bro. Like, man, I mean, listen, he at least, you know, he apologized. He did. He apologized several times. You know, he said his sorries and he made up of her. I'm in two minds. I don't know. He never shows like a disdain or dislike for her personally. Like, I don't see him necessarily just showing a disdain or dislike, but you know, the ones where you think to yourself, it could be. You know the ones where you feel like it could be that, you know, they ain't really like them like that. You know the ones there, fam. Like, so I don't know. Is it? I don't want to say he hates her because I ain't necessarily seen that. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna say, oh my god, he definitely hates her. I've not necessarily seen that, so I'm not going to say that. But I will see that, you know, like, I don't know. It's weird. He's always drunk. You know what I mean? So maybe he's drinking his sorrows away. Who knows? Maybe he's trying to drink to get rid of the ghosts of Madison. He's trying to see, yeah. And one thing I know, especially for mandem too, you know, some mandem, you know, they can hate you too, just like ladies do, and date you. And you know, every time, and you know what it can be? It can be like every time they're fornicating with you, they're more angrier. You go, as a man, you just know if you don't like her, bro, stop having sex with her, bro, because you're gonna piss yourself off. Like, you know, you now hate her because every time you have sex with her, you're like, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? Like, why am I subjecting myself to this? You know, no one's there, fam. I hope Joe's not in that position. I hope he's not. Okay, I just hope he's not in that position to be in that space. But look, and then my last thoughts on this are just Anna and Patrick, and then we're gonna get the panelists on now because I see they're fully in the room as well. Anna and Patrick, real quick. Okay, let's be honest. Okay, Anna and Patrick, yeah, that woman gaslighted him. Let's be real. Okay, she hates Patrick too. Okay, all right. Yeah,
I know.
I mean,
If you were there at the end, I would have chosen you.
To me, it's not fair for you to say it was you. It was always you.
Sis, listen. You know, that's why they showed us the fact that she said, you know, oh, I've never ghosted anybody. If I have ghosted them, it's because of the... Yeah, they showed us that because they knew she was going to ghost and they knew she was manipulative as well, right? Now, this here, just say, okay, you know what? I appreciate it. I wasn't feeling you. Just be honest. That's what we'd say. You're not feeling him. It's okay, right? We don't even have to even give us an explanation. Just say that actually when you deeped it, you weren't feeling him. I wouldn't have been mad at it because you know what? We can make all the speculations we want, but the reality is we will never know. We will never know. But you know what I'm saying to you? So now I do know. Beforehand, I would have just gone like, okay, maybe she felt like, you know, nobody was really there for her in that sense or whatever, right? Okay. But yeah, that was tight. You know? I don't want to call it gaslighting because gaslighting is a very strong word. But like when we say that, what do you mean by that? She deflected, you know what I mean? Like she was not honest about her perspective. So yeah, it was crazy, you know. All right, cool. I've got my panelists here as well, guys. So I'm gonna bring on my people then. Please, if you're here in the room, get your cams up and ready so we can get you guys on the panel as well. But yes, it's panel time, guys. Panel time. You know, my people, they're coming on to shell out and tell us their own thoughts. This is where I get to shut up and I get to hear their thoughts. So if you guys are ready for the panel, just type in the chat for me, panel time, baby. You know what I'm saying to you? Because, you know, it's really difficult. I just want to say one thing about this person.
It's pretty difficult to put into words how disgusted I am, how depressed I am.
I know it's not about Love is Blind, but how Stephen A got no smoke for the white man, but had smoke for LeBron James makes no sense for me. That man needs to check himself and watch himself. I'm sorry if you had all that, if you had all that strength for LeBron, but you didn't have all that strength for Serena Williams' husband. I need you to check yourself. But listen, panel time is here, baby. Type in the chat for me, panel time, baby. Okay, panel time, baby. I mean, yeah, it's panel time, baby. Okay. We got it going on. We got it coming on. And for my
that you could, but no.
All right, my panelists are all in the building today. It's about to be a good conversation. I got Sean, I got Seaway, I got Trey, I got Dali, I got V with me today. You get me? So we're going to have one of these good conversations about Love is Blind, episode 7 to episode 9. If you're in the room already, guys, make sure you're liking the live, you're sharing, and you're hyping up this particular also live as well, please, because it helps with the analytics and it shares it out to more people as well. Loving everybody on the panel. Everybody looking beautiful, wonderful, and sexy. You know what I'm saying to you? Hey, Daddy Deacon Davis, delectable, distinguished. What are you telling me? Triple D, how you doing, sir? It's good to see you. Looking handsome.
I'm blessed and highly favored, Kojo.
That's what I like to hear. Triple D. You get me? My guy. Loving the glasses too, sir.
Thank you, sir.
No worries at all. All right, listen, we got to get into the show. You know, I like to tease Sean a little bit. You know what I mean? I would say strip tease, but he gonna take offense to that. But anyway, listen, look. Man, listen, we're gonna get into the show. All right, we're gonna get into the show because these episodes were kind of crazy. Let's start strong. Let's start strong because you know this one's gonna take up most of the conversation. And whilst you're still strong in the night, because when the night has come. KB and Edmund, okay, all right, KB and Edmund, we know that it was a wildness between these two on episode 9, but even on episode 8, when he met the mother, was kind of doing a lot as well. So we got to chat up about all these kind of things here. So let's discuss the mother situation first, and then we're gonna get into the episode 9 part as well. So I want to get your thoughts on KB, Edmund, the mother situation, how you guys saw that. V, I'm gonna let you go first because you know it's good to have some new people on the panels and that. You get me?
I was here last year, but I was like, you know what? Why don't I join? Because I like talking about reality television. But when it comes to KB and Edmund, I feel bad for Edmund. And KB, I feel like up until episode 9, she was doing too much. I feel like she didn't need to come for Edmund like that, but then also Edmund, I feel like he needs a lot of work before marriage. I don't know how he got through the psych evaluations. I know, like on shows like Love Island, like people be getting through. Like, for example, I watched Cordell's interview from for Love Is Blind, and like, I mean, not for Love Is Blind, for Love Island, how he got on the show, and like he told me, he said like on the interview, like you got to go through hundreds of like questions and interviews, and Love Is Blind is the same way. So I'm just like, how did Edmund get through all those interviews? And I'm wondering, are producers and Chris Colleen, whatever how Jesse Wu says it, and his raggedy ass, like, do they purposely just cast these people who are just mentally stable too now, along with like people who are like homeless, financially unstable as well, to kind of create the drama and the juice? I'm just like, it's kind of embarrassing to like cast somebody who's obviously like needs some help first mentally. I don't, but then also I feel like that also KB, like she knows what she's doing and she's here for a check, and also she's here for an upgrade to, I don't know, maybe marry some NFL player. Like I feel like she's moving smart, but I'm like, as a social worker, wouldn't you know to leave them? Like, I don't know. That's just me.
Okay, I hear you. Now, I want to get your thoughts on Edmund and the mother. So I'm going to play a little clip for you guys, just so that you can remind yourselves of the shenanigans. And she also apparently, she actually commentated on my video that I did of them too as well. So if you actually look at that video, she commented actually and said it wasn't true the way we said it. So I guess she felt some type of way about what we said in that video. So hey, I mean, we still need to know what she wanted to tell the old sis. So she didn't say what that was, but she said we were wrong. So I just want to let you guys know. All right, cool. Let me play a little clip. Hold on.
If he finds, especially like his soulmate, to open up and share that with, then come on. That's beautiful.
Okay, so remember Edmund's mom said basically that she felt like, she wanted to let everybody know that she told KB basically she needs someone, who's not going to snitch to her son-in-laws. Okay. All right. So I want to get your thoughts on that comment, that statement. I want to get your thoughts on the interaction with the mother, how you guys saw it. What did you pick up from that interaction with KB, mom, and Edmund as well? Okay. All right. Trey, talk to me, bro. What did you see with the mom situation, KB and Edmund? How did you see it, man?
Good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing? Everybody doing okay? Okay. Beautiful.
We will.
This one was I'm gonna be honest, it was a little difficult to see for me. I was like, ooh, because some of the signs that she was exhibiting, I've seen them before. I've seen them in family members before that has been through certain things, certain abuses, and I'm like, yeah, I know what this is. We shouldn't be seeing this like this on this network. Nah, this was the whole time, as soon as she came in, everything started connecting the dots for me. I said, ooh, okay, that explains this. This explains that. Got you. What concerned me was how Edmund reacted to everything. Complete shutdown. Just he didn't just sit there, he drew within. The few times that the camera passed back to his face, he drew within himself instead of just kind of sitting there reacting to what was going on. Like almost conditioned to do so. It just made me think, like, what did this young man go through growing up to turn him into this now? It just left me with more questions than anything. And a little saddened. The only thing that scared me truly was, and maybe I'm being a little facetious about this, whatever, but what scared me was when the mom said to KB, she's like, oh, I like you. At first, I didn't think I was going to like you because I saw your Instagram. Ugh. But now I'm meeting you. Oh, this is nice. I think I like you. Yeah, you're going to keep my secrets. So, okay, keep your secrets. So what you talking about? And then she said, ooh, I see a lot of me in you. I said, So, whoa, hold on now. And later on when you cut the episode 9, I was like, oh, I don't like that mirror. I don't like that mirror. It was reminding me too much of his mom, and I was like, oh, I don't like this. It was scaring me. But yeah,
You got
just
30 seconds, Trey.
say that again.
You got 30 seconds. I'm gonna keep everybody on time limit. So
I got you. But yeah, it was a little scary. It was a little bit more worrying. Someone needs to just say, stop, break now, go your separate ways. Please. Just please go your separate ways.
Appreciate that. Dahlia, what's your thoughts? Edmund, KB, the mother? Oh, wait. We can't hear you, Dahlia. Yeah, we can't hear you. No worries. We'll come back to you. Seaway.
Yeah, I think we just all have to keep in mind that a lot of people who have dibble and dabble with Judge Mathis's favorite subject matter also are people who suffer from mental illness and vice versa. A lot of times they go together and they link to each other. And unfortunately for me, what I was seeing from his mom just remind me of someone who was suffering from some type of mental illness. And so because of that, or some type of illness. So because of that, I'm not going to like dissect her words verbatim. But her affect and the people that I know, I mean, I could pinpoint what it is, but I've been told not to diagnose nobody, so I won't. But yeah, so it was really kind of hard to see that scene, and Edmund was honestly just looking like somebody who I know, because this is kind of how I deal with some people who have I deal with in my life. I don't deal with, that I support, I love in my life, who are a little different. You just let them talk. You know what I mean? You just, whatever version of whatever they want to tell, you let them tell it, and you just leave it. You just leave it for what it is. I don't really expect nothing out of the scene. I think Edmund did what most people would do in that situation, and KB was being nice and polite. I did too visit her Instagram, and I do understand what mom was talking to, talking about special or not. I do know what she was referring to. I do.
What was on it? What was Insta? What was on it? Was that
she was a baddie on there.
Oh, let me go and check it out. I just want to do research just to make sure.
She's a baddie on there. She's a baddie. Like the show ain't even showing her full baddie level. She got like
I told you she's a baddie. I told you.
Yeah, she got about like 4 or 5 more levels she can get to, and she gets to them. So I'm not sure what she doing with Edmund, but I did take a little peruse on that Instagram, and she bad body tea, face tea. What was
Look up her name. Look up her name. You'll find her.
Libra.
You'll see it. You'll see it all. See her in all her glory.
But when she started talking about going back to Ghana of it all, I said, "Oh no, baby, leave them bees in Ghana alone. We gonna pray for her, pray for Edmund. Lord knows what he went through. Lord knows what he was born with. Lord knows what he went through. Lord knows what he was born with. Lord have mercy. I pray for them all." Yeah. Kojo, get off that lady Instagram.
Sorry. Sean, you can go next. Let me just have a few more seconds.
Somebody said, with all due respect, that she
she got the IG baddie pro. I'm like, yo, she's on his get check. Ain't no way. Okay, that she's stuck with Edmund. Ain't no way. I'm sorry. But anyway, sorry, Sean, go for it.
Yeah, no worries.
What's your thoughts on this?
I mean, listen, deep sigh. That's all I got for you is deep sigh. Because the mama, it's just sometimes you meet somebody and the pieces of the puzzle just come together. And the mama made all the pieces of the puzzle come together. So we just kind of understood everything. And the one thing that no one has mentioned yet that stood out for me was the fact that she said that her other daughters-in-law be ratting her out. Now, what they be ratting you out about? Like, I don't understand. Like, she was so fixated on that. The other girls, they don't gotta go run and tell him everything. Like, that made me concerned. I'm going to be honest, because it sounds like the mama be doing stuff that's inappropriate, pushing boundaries, you know, maybe borrowing some money, doing stuff she ain't supposed to do. I don't want to be judgmental, but I'm be judgmental. It seemed like the mama got a lot to her, and she don't want to get him back to Edmund, what she got going on. And I don't know. And when she got to talking about Ghana, I'm sorry. That lady ain't been to no Ghana. I'm sorry. She ain't been to it. I'm sorry. She hasn't been. I stand on it. I bet some money on it, and I'm not a betting man. She ain't even seen Ghana. She ain't seen the airport to go to an international place. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And those are my comments.
I mean, I see why the mother was concerned. Okay, all right. We ain't gonna shame nobody, but I can see why she was concerned for her son, that particular man. Okay, all right. She knew that son couldn't handle all that. What's going on there? Okay, all right. So yeah, now you know. Now it gives reason why he crashed out.
That's why he was in that bed crying.
That's why he crashing out. That's why he crashing out.
Crying.
Yeah, I get it now.
You would have been crying too, Kojo.
Oh, I would have been asking
remember,
questions
she
too.
also said too. She said, "And why you choose my son?" I was like,
Yeah. She look at because her son making good money too. It sounds like Edmund's making good money. Edmund needs to be careful.
Kojo, have you seen them houses he be tip tap dancing and selling over there?
I mean, listen, I said good money. I didn't say millionaire.
Ain't no millionaire. He
I never said he is.
Them little,
you tell me to make good money?
Them little 2-bedroom.
Hey, you played Monopoly before? You get a couple of houses. See what happens? You missed it. You missing it, bro. You only need to sell a couple of houses.
Okay.
Well, his mama was not all wrong. His mama wasn't all wrong. She was
definitely went wrong.
She was asking some good questions because what the F is KB doing with Edmund? That's a valid question. She had some valid questions and some valid comments. She did.
I mean, he looked like he's stable. It looks like he's financially stable. He don't look like a homosexual. Okay, you know.
No, he looks like he's stable. He looks. I mean,
he looks financially stable.
Financially,
yeah, he looks financially stable. So that's what I'm saying. You know, before you, it's like before you know it. I'm not saying he has so much gold that she can dig, but you know, like some ladies, they know how to. You know, he's already wrapped. That's what I'm scared for. He's already wrapped. You know what I'm saying to you? So. I'm just saying it's a possibility. I'm not saying it is.
You know, Edmund turns it on and off. I don't know if y'all noticed. I ain't saying
yeah, but the mom, he did different.
He turns it on and off. I didn't see him turning on and off, that voice on and off this whole season. So he know how to act normal when he need to act normal. It may be hard.
When he popped up in that cabinet, I'm sorry. Hey! When he popped up in that cabinet, that was too much for me. That's when I knew that we have gone too far. When he popped up in that cabinet with that blanket wrapped around his arms.
I think that's the
when
real
KB
him.
was like,
That's
I'm done.
that's the real him, but he do know how to turn that off.
Oh man, frick. Okay. Okay, cool. Let's move into episode 9 because you know that argument that happened between KB.
You forgot Dahlia, coach.
Oh, Dahlia, sorry. Yes, come back to you, babe. Sorry, apologies. You're right. Apologies. Please go, Dahlia. Apologize. I know that I skipped you because of the sound. Apologies.
That's okay. Can you hear me now? Okay. So when I saw Edmund's mom and she opened up her mouth to speak and sounded exactly like her son, my mind went to a dark place, y'all, because I was, okay, let me not go there. I don't want to speculate. But the way he speaks and how he carries himself, that makes so much sense. And I'm thinking he got that from the womb. And I'm just going to leave it there. Do with that what you will, okay? She was wrong as hell for implying that she raised that man. The fact that, oh, okay, because I wanted to, I just wanted to like. Just,
break it down, Dahlia. Don't worry, you break it down.
Yeah, I just wanted to throat punch her, just like, you did nothing. You actually made his life worse. The fact that she would rewrite history to say that, like, girl, what planet do you live on? That's that addict behavior. They like to pretend like that they didn't just ruin people's lives. And to me, they're like people who go to prison for a long time. Because when you're in prison, it's like the world stops. And as far as you're concerned, the rest of the world their time stopped too. It's like that. So in their minds, it's like, because I'm dealing with my stuff, everybody else, they just stopped. And so when I'm entering into the world again, now we can start up again. That's what it feels like she was doing. So she probably, in her mind, whatever he went through, she don't know nothing about that. She don't care to know. As far as she's concerned, the last time she got him back, that's when motherhood started for her, and that's all that matters. And it's gross. It's so gross. And yeah, I noticed that Edmund, that he was withdrawing too, and it looked like he was dissociating. And it's like, I've done that before, so I know what it looks like, where you're just like, he had no affect. The stillest I've ever seen him, like unnaturally still for him, because this man is always moving. I've never seen him this quiet. I've never seen him this still. And people were saying, "Oh, well, you know, he knows who to be goofy around." It's like, no, that's not normal for him. He's goofy with everybody except his mama. Like, the fact that he's like that is because he don't feel safe with her. He don't feel comfortable with her. He's withdrawing into himself. That's not normal for him to just have literally no facial expression whatsoever. And for him to be crying over prayer, yo, this man have been through it. Now, Mama, you're gonna have to answer some questions. I wish Iyanla Van Zant were here, because they're the ones who need to be on Fix My Life. Because he's got 4 other brothers. I didn't know he had that many brothers. I didn't know that she's dealing with with the daughters-in-law. Yeah. And no, the dad was never mentioned. Nobody talks about him. Because Edmund said both of his parents lost him. So where is the daddy at? What happened to him? Like, it's a freaking miracle he's come this far. I know we be cracking jokes on him. He is weird. He got issues, but the man has a master's degree and he's a licensed realtor. He doing all right to me. I mean, he ain't doing too bad. His mama said he had multiple girlfriends before KB, so I don't know what to tell you. After everything he's been through, kudos to him. Yeah.
I definitely hear you on that, you know. And it's interesting, yes, you're right. I mean, his behavior was very different than we have seen it all season. Very calm, very serene. A bit like a bit like have you ever seen no offense, anybody who's like seen like crackhead around fire, they suddenly know how to not mess around fire. I'm just saying. I mean, I'm just saying, you know. You're like, wait, what's going on here? They suddenly know. Like, if all the madness they do, they're like, oh wait, that's fire. Can't play with that. You know what I mean? Like, it's like a sober moment for them. I'm not saying that's it's not always, you know what I mean? Like, it's like a sobering moment, and that's what I felt like with him. Is like he's having a sobering moment in that moment. It's like, that response is a natural instinct when you're at, like you said. I think there's a fear aspect where it's like natural response is fear. And I think that plays a large part in why he was so and it sounds wrong to say, but he looks so normal. Like he genuinely was just sitting there listening, responding, like all cognitive functions on normality. And that could be partly the fear. It could also be that he knows how to maybe mask a little bit as well, because when you are in those situations where you're and you know, maybe when you are in moving from foster home to foster home, safety is a massive thing. You've got to develop character to hopefully keep people off your back, off your shoulders, get them stop fighting you. Like people go through it in foster home, so and foster care and stuff like that. So, you know, maybe that's also part of it. But either way, there is some change of behavior that does need to be looked at a little bit more deeper as well. Okay, so then episode 9, they get into a beef, KB and Edmund, and you know, Edmund actually, the second beef, Edmund walks away. So, you know, there was that situation, but there was a beef between them. I want to know, what do we think about this beef and what happened? You know, I want to understand what thoughts we have towards this argument. So I'll play a little bit of a clip so you can mind yourselves. I'll put the sound.
I feel like I'm not doing enough.
No.
If you said it, you meant it. It wasn't a joke.
I don't hear no positive stuff from me.
You said you don't hear enough positive? And this is the place to bring that shit up at?
I can.
You know, after looking at her IG, I can't look at her the same. what's you guys' thoughts on KB and Edmund? I just see IG baddie. I'm just like, she's just using that name. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. He's, you know, he's respectable. Yes, C-Way.
To me, this is what happens. And I can identify to this because I don't subscribe to coddling, being a pick-me, pretending that I take a man completely as he is, all this like stuff that women do to seek acceptance from men. Okay, or at least to put forward the appearance that they are docile, submissive, understanding, very just whatever. I'm saying all that to say KB has put on a facade with Edmund, trying to be understanding, using this baby voice, saying, "Oh, baby, whatever you do, you like it. I love you. I love you just the way you are." All of this type of stuff, trying to act like she's just the most submissive, understanding woman ever. The problem is that's not the real her. The problem is she's been sick of him probably since he hopped his butt in that freaking closet and in the cabinet. Okay. And so because of that, now it took something very maybe smaller and she kind of just exploded. I mean, because for us, we're like, well, dang, this ain't even that bad. You kind of ran down on the man in the middle of the thing. It wasn't even that bad. But the thing is, this is what she been wanting to do. This is the result of being fake. Because me, I wouldn't have played that game. So I don't care what y'all have to say. They would have said, C-Way mean, C-Way not understanding, C-Way got rid. I would have been the person who got rid of him day 2. I'm not playing this game. I'm not walking around talking about, baby, I love you just the way you are. Because I don't. I think you're crazy. I don't. You were just in a cabinet. So, yeah. That's all it is. It just she got tired of being fake. It really is that simple.
I hear that. Okay. I hear that. V, what's your thoughts of this, man? Like, the beef that happened.
She didn't do all that. And she's a Virgo. I watch the zodiac signs like on dating shows. She's a Virgo, and like I feel like, well, actually no, I shouldn't say that, but I feel like she didn't need to do all that. I feel like what like I didn't even remember what he said, but when I was watching the clip back, I was like, I think it's either that she was projecting or like she's insecure. I feel like it's giving insecurity. Like I don't, because I'm just like, how do you get overly sensitive about him saying just something small to like, and like he wasn't even talking to her. So I was like very confused on like when she just like, if someone says like, if I was Edmund, I would have been so offended, especially someone like I'm neurodivergent myself, like especially as someone who's neurodivergent herself. Like I was like, Edmund, like I'm praying for you. But I also do commend Edmund's growth too. Like I'm honestly proud of him because a lot of people they tend to look down on people like Edmund. And like I'm proud of like also like how far he's come too. That's why I even follow him. Like I comment like I'm rooting for you. At the same time, like I feel like KB, like she was a bit too aggressive. And I was just watching Edmund like, bruh, like I'm so sorry if you come just like it wasn't even your like it was giving manipulation, like it was giving gaslighting manipulation. And then I see some people like even blaming Edmund, like Edmund's a child. But I'm like, this is like Edmund was not fault in this situation. Like he wasn't at fault in this situation. So I'm just like, at that point, it's just like, just either leave the man or like y'all are just not a match. And I know that KB's gonna say no at the altar. I just know that. So it's just like based on like how she was acting and whatnot, like I already know she's gonna say no. And yeah.
I'm always thinking about real estate. I'm always thinking about real estate. Yep, it's a banger. It's a banger. Okay, when he do it, Jesus, when he do it. Listen, before you know it, people are buying real estate from sure. You're gonna eat your words, boy. You're gonna eat your words. Let's go to Dahlia. That's an anthem right there. Okay, I'm telling you. Dahlia, what's your thoughts on this beef? She's looking at me like I'm crazy. Go for it, Dahlia.
Okay, so I'm gonna let Trey speak on this part because I'm sure you caught this. That editing was a hot mess. It was all over the place, like really chopped up. I feel like what we watched was like 3 different arguments mashed together because KB came in hot, and it's just like over that, y'all were already fighting. So I don't know what was said before y'all came to that party, but you know how it is with couples. It's just like we gonna keep it cute when we're around the other people, so we can be united front. But there's like that frostiness, like whatever you were talking about before is still in the back of your mind. I feel like that's what happened, and then she heard that, and she was like, "What?" And she was already on one. You know what I mean? Because what he said, I didn't tag it as him making a shot at her. And if she hadn't said anything, I don't think anybody else would have either. I don't even think he was aware that she was in hearing distance. So I don't think that was meant to be like some passive aggressive dig at her, but she certainly took it that way. And because Edmund is emotionally immature and he don't have good communication skills, he don't know how to shut that down. He could have shut that down real easy, but he don't know how to do that. So she's trying to provoke him into a response, which is exactly what she got. Because even though he wasn't, me personally, I don't think he was trying to make a dig at her then. That comment he made about, oh, well, you're never nice to me, that was him being spiteful. Because she told him, okay, well, she said something to the effect of, okay, well, what else have you been saying? Or something like that. And he's like, well, I mean, you're never nice to me. You did that to hurt her. That was just you being spiteful because you was tired of her in her mouth, rather than just walking away. I think that was the third argument. And then she walked away and came back, and he's trying to like be nice. And she's already done. When he climbed into that cabinet, she was done then. I think she was done playing nice with him right then and there. She's like, okay, this man is a child. She has zero respect for him. That's why she was real comfortable disrespecting him in front of all those people, to the point where even Nick was hearing him. He was trying to like step in and like, hey, oh, no, it's not even like that. Because he could see the writing on the wall. He could see her face, and she was about to go in on Edmund. And it's just like, you can't really do that to nobody, but especially a man. Like they don't handle public humiliation well. You can't do stuff like that. Table that. Do what Alini did. Table it so you can talk about it after the party is over with, and y'all can really hash it out. But what she did, it was just like, you done escalated a non-event into like level 5, and it was just, it's so stupid. It really is. She don't want that man. And this is a very dark theory. My working theory at this point is that she knew in the pause this man is different, and she chose him specifically because she thought that this would make people like her and that would help her with brand deals. But I don't think she anticipated the kind of different Edmund is, or that she would not be able to handle him, or that people are not responding well to this, because with his background and how he carries on, like he doesn't come off looking good, but she don't come off looking good either. And brands don't like that. I think this is going to blow up in her face in a massive way. That's my working theory right now, because it don't make no daggone sense for this lady who is a social worker to pick Edmund. It don't. So that's my theory. Yeah.
Trey, I know you got a theory.
Actually, my theory kind of matches Dahlia's, but let's put some context to this, right? Dahlia, you're correct. There was some choppiness going on with the editing there. I think an argument or discussion or whatnot did happen before they got to that party. But as far as the event is concerned, this is what actually happened. Edmund was talking to Nick and Anna. They was having a discussion. All of a sudden, Anna blurted out, "Oh my God, Nick is just so perfect." Nick responded with, "No, I'm not perfect. No one's perfect. I just try my best, do the right thing." Then Edmund responded, "Ah, man, that's wonderful. That's so beautiful. Man, I wish somebody said something nice to me like that. I wish KB said something nice to me like that." Out of nowhere, because before the camera cut to them, you can see KB in a whole nother conversation across the way, maybe 10 yards, not even 10 yards, maybe 10 feet, 15 feet away. Boom. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, what'd you say? What you got to say? You got something to say? No, what'd you say? What'd you say, Edmund? Say it with your chest. No, I don't want to say anything. No. You got something to say? Say it with your chest. No, I just never. I said, oh boy. She was looking for a fight. In that moment, whatever was going on between them, in that very moment, she was looking for a fight. And she got one. You know, she got one. Well, she got half of one. Because it was a split second where Edmund looked like he wanted to engage back with her. Only for a split second, though. Because as we know, he has said before, he is non-confrontational. He's non-confrontational. So as soon as it looks like he's trying to get into a fight, he immediately goes to apologetic mode. I'm sorry. I love you. I love you though. I'm sorry. That don't mean nothing. I don't understand. That don't mean anything. No, okay. And he shuts down. That's the gist of what happened in that particular scene. But I pretty much agree with everyone here, especially Dahlia. Like, a lot of this felt like set up from the very beginning, especially with her being the social worker. Even when it was in the pod, she was pointing out some of his social deficiencies. She was pointing them out to him. That's what made him kind of break down and like, oh my God, you understand me. So I'm like, wait a minute. So if you can clearly see this, we can clearly see this. Why are you going forward with this? But it goes back to what she said about herself. She likes projects. That was her, you know, the problem that she said she had for herself. She tended to have project men, or she tried to fix people too much. She saw a problem and she said, I think I can fix this. It might be, I think it just turned in maybe too big and maybe too time consuming of a project for her. Because this project is going to end by the time they get to the altar. That's when the project ends. So, if you want to say I have a theory, it's not a theory, it's a statement. I think she's seeing her project failing, and she's trying to go ahead and back her way out of it. So let's go ahead and set it up so I can back out of this. Because I failed at my project. Can't fix this. But yeah, she definitely started a fight to get in the fight.
I hear you. I'm hearing you. Sean, what are we talking about, man? Bobina. They know the audience know this. Bobina.
I guess call me, where's Phil? Call me unpopular opinion Sean, because I don't know what the hell any of y'all are talking about. I'm sorry. I'm missing it. And it's not to say that I'm like, oh, she's perfect and he's horrible, but it's like she's expected, she's supposed to be managing him and all never do anything. She's just supposed to be perfect. Meanwhile, he gets to spin out, flip out, crash out, do whatever he wants to do, jump in cabinets, and she just has to show up as perfect. I just feel like the minute she just does a little something, it's like, oh my God, she did too much. He actually did something which is passive aggressive, where he's packaged in innocence, but it's passive aggressiveness. If you know another couple is talking and you're like, I wish somebody would tell me I'm perfect. Yeah, like that is passive aggressive. When you do that and you're comparing your relationship and the things that somebody else is doing to your current relationship, you know? So that part, it's like, I don't know. I just think like it was a silly, was it a silly argument? 100%. Could have been avoided? Yes, it definitely could have been avoided. But, you know, there's definitely, I think I see three sides. And my side to this is it was a stupid argument that didn't need to happen. He was being passive aggressive. She responded emotionally. And here we are.
I mean, personally, I'm not gonna shoot her down or anything like that at all, to be honest. There's probably obviously some other things that probably happened as well in that space. And you know what? She sniffed it right, but I always say just because you get the answer right doesn't mean the methodology was correct. And that usually is something that makes you will make you wrong in the long term. But I don't think it's like a worst thing that she ever did. I just think that to myself in a situation that I think they're both passive aggressive. I think that if you saving up your energy to blow up in this space, yeah, that's passive aggressive. You are also storing up all your pain that you have from the past arguments. And let's say he said something that was passive aggressive in some aspects, but the comment seemed very innocent. I can't lie to you. But I can also see from her perspective, her perception as to why it doesn't seem innocent. This is what happens in relationships, right? Like the person may generally have not thought about those things in their brain as to that being an issue. Do you know what I'm saying to you? So in that space, he just said a comment, and the words he actually said was, "It's nice to hear someone say that." That your partner says that. He never made it about KB. She made it about herself because she felt like she was not up to standard. That's actually a projection that she made. So actually, that's an insecurity on her part. We've all been there. We've all done it. And it's not a thing to be like, oh my God, like she's the worst person ever. No. It's just a case of like, is these things happen? Now, how he handled after is why I disagree with him. When they went to sit down and you decide you want to go and have a conversation with KB, then you walk away without saying anything. Now that's where he was wrong, because you wanted to initiate a conversation and then you walk away. Yeah, now you're wrong. You can't initiate the conversation and just walk away. So again, I think this is both. I think this is a good instance of how we've seen on both sides. So I have no problem with anybody choosing a side on this one, because I think there's things to learn on both sides and how to grow. You know what I mean? My only thought process is that as a social worker, you know what I mean? Not that she should take it easy, but my thing is, why the hell would you want to? Again, everybody needs love. I would just say everybody needs love, man. Don't get this now. Everybody needs love. But why would you choose him? There's a lot to work with that you got to get through. And as a social worker, you've probably seen this before. You know what I mean? So, for me personally, I'm wondering about the motive. I'm asking the motive and I'm wondering the motive. I'm really questioning the motive behind why you're doing this. It's making me feel there's something else in this. Now I'm not now you're making me agree with the mother. Now I got to look at you, especially after I saw the IG. I said, sis, where does he fit into your life? I'm looking at you. I'm talking about real estate. Where does that fit into when you're an IG baddie on Yaks? I don't know how that fits in. It don't fit in. Okay. And you're going to say, I'm on Yachts now. Like, no, that ain't fitting in. It ain't going to fit in. So, me personally, I think this
the cabinet. Hey, the cabinet. Hey,
I'm in the cabinet. Hey. Hey, shout out to him because it's actually kind of catchy. I can't lie to you. It's kind of catchy. But yeah, no, being all jokes aside, I am wondering if there's another motive behind that, because again, you look at lifestyle, but hey, in life, things happen. People can make different choices than we ever thought they could ever make. But if I was a family member, I would be concerned for Edmund, bro. Yeah. You know what I mean? Okay, cool. Listen, we're going to keep it moving because otherwise we're going to be here for 2-3 hours like we were last week. What's up, Deacon?
Oh, no, I was going to say, I think mixed with her profession and whatever else she brings to the table, I think there may be a little savior complex / mommy and going on, feeling like she can nurture his wounds and heal him, while her wounds are still being wounded, I definitely see that.
She definitely did say that, because she said it on the interview as well, that she has a builder, a Bobina, the builder mindset. But this particular house is like building a house without the bricks. Okay. So I'm wondering how she thought she could build on this one. Okay. You can save some projects, but this project here is a non-starter. We ain't got the finances. We ain't got the materials. Shoot, you ain't even got the plot of land. I don't know what project she was trying to build on this occasion, but we'll sure. And that, remember, and I love what Elsid always says, when people come out and do interviews early, you have to question what devil they're trying to get ahead of. So the fact that she did her interview so early that the video, we hadn't even seen that, they didn't even give us a chance to even drop all the episodes. Well, they did, but to even watch all the episodes. And because I'm going to be very honest with you, AD is now part of the machine. It's telling me there's some dark ass stuff behind this stuff that we're not being told about, because AD is now part of the machine. She ain't one of us. She's part of the machine. So she getting this interview and having the interview very early. It's telling me there's something else really behind this. Maybe they're trying to sort out a deal for KB. Maybe they're trying to hype her. I don't know. Maybe there's something behind that too. Maybe they're trying to expand. And you know how I'm going to tell you the truth. This is why I probably ain't going to get in interviews when I say this. You know how a certain demographic be trying to use us folks. And you know how they want to expand their market share by using certain folks to expand that market, you know, because KB's very different to AD. So if you get someone like KB and you can get her on board, you got a whole different market of black people. It's different. You know what I'm saying to you? So I'm paying attention to those things too. You know, the machine is the machine. I just want to be just open about that. Could be a possibility. I'm not saying it is, but it could be a possibility, you know what I mean, in this lifestyle, you know what I mean? But we'll continue onwards. Okay, in that sense. Someone said, V, you said you have a theory about the thing. What's the theory quickly? You can say it. Are you going to say it?
Oh, no, I put it in the chat. Did you see it?
Oh, I saw it. That's what I'm asking. You wanted to say it?
Oh my God. I don't know. Like, I saw the podcast. It was actually a really good podcast episode. I watched the whole thing. It was a good ass podcast. It was a good ass
when you
podcast.
say it, don't let Kojo draw you out. He gonna have you in a messy mess. Please.
No, okay, no. But it was like because at the end of the episode, she was like, text me, like just text me, like I'll give you my phone number. I was like, oh, I know what it is because, and it's just a theory. I'm like, could it be that? Like, cause I'm smart. I was like, is this something about like gossiping? Like, are they in the gossip? Because I was like, why did she say, oh, like, give me your phone number? Like, I'll text you, whatever, like that. I was like, oh, it's probably like she's very aware. Like the people, like the viewers, like we're very judgmental when it comes to this show. And like, I don't know. That's what I think. Cause it's a lot of drama that be going behind the scenes when it comes to like Love is Blind castmates, especially from prior seasons. 80 season, yeah.
Yes, and of course, I didn't think about it. Dahlia said that she is also pregnant, so you know, it's a bit, you know, she's gonna be off for a little while. You know what I'm saying? So that's they do need a replacement because others are gonna lose it to Jessie Woo. Okay, and you know Colleen cannot lose anybody to Jessie Woo. Okay, if anybody, not Jessie Woo. So yeah, he might be gearing up KB for the next role. Who knows? Maybe they're giving a bit of a good edit. Who knows? You know what I'm saying to you? Because I just don't understand why they gave her interview so early to AD in that space as well. But again, speculations will speculate. And we're going to move on to another spectacle. It's Megan and it's Jordan. I want to get your thoughts on this situation, Megan and Jordan. And I'm going to play a little clip for you guys so you can also remember what happened in the earlier episode as well. Because, you know, they had their conversations and, you know, she broke down and cried because she felt so, you know, sad about the fact that she had to buy some gifts for the old boy and she wasn't sure she was going to live up to being that kind of mother. But there was a conversation with the parents that I had as well, you know, very, very sad. She spoke about her father passing and stuff. So let's just have a little look at Megan and Jordan.
Brought up that he didn't like that I waited. You know, he can't read my mind. And I think that's, you guys, I'm sure can attest to this.
Expecting things that maybe...
Right. And they don't know what you're wanting. It's like, tell me.
This is my first anniversary going through this, so I had no...
Okay, Jordan and Megan, Sparkle Megan, she gonna buy a £2 million house and get a 500k loan that they are going to pay. My God. Whew. You know, when I heard those figures, I said to myself, Megan, count me the frick out. Okay, I'm not about to put a noose around my neck. Okay, all right. This wedding don't have to go ahead. You can go and buy that house by yourself. Okay. I want to hear your thoughts, Megan, Jordan. What are you thinking about their relationship, their marriage, their you know, engagement, getting ready to get married? You know, there was issues around the son. Sorry, I keep saying is it son? Is it son? Son is next. I be saying daughter sometimes. Son, right? Cool, thank you. Not issues necessarily, but there was conversation around her seeing the son and wanting to, you know, spend time with him. Then there's obviously issues around the housing situation as well in that space. What are we thinking about but sparkly Megan and Jordan as well? What are you thinking about those two? Who wants to go first in this? Who's feeling froggy? They should jump. for a bit. Oh, so y'all all gonna be muted up and silent. So I go to easy money mode. Okay.
Oh,
Thank you, Dahlia. Because I was about to easy money mode. Catch Tiger Bite stuff.
Okay, so I didn't realize it until this episode how much Megan actually leads with money, but she's like the female Leo. She just comes in a nicer package, but literally every episode she finds a way to talk about money. What is that? Like, why are we looking at houses? This ain't House Hunter. Why are we looking at houses? You know this man is broke. And I mean, no, I mean, I say broke. He's frugal. He's not broke. He's frugal. This man is broke. Oh, God. Frugal. Frugal. Lord, it's frugal. He's not broke. Okay. He's frugal. I'm sorry, Trey. The man is frugal. He ain't got it like that. When he was laughing in that scene, that was him saying, you thought he's not going to be signing on that loan. That'll be Megan by herself. And I feel like she really just did that to flex on people. Totally unnecessary scene. I think that when we saw him, when we saw Jordan's house, that was a sign that he was very frugal, and that also he puts his kid first. I think it says a lot about a man that he's willing to give up his bedroom for his son, who he only sees 50% of the time, and he's sleeping in the living room. That's, to me, that's commendable. And it also means that that picture that Megan has in her head of what their family situation is going to be like, she need to go ahead and dead that, kill that dream off, because Jordan is not. He's not gonna go with the program on that front. Like, this man has basically dedicated his entire life to his child, and he's basically pared himself down to nothing. He's literally drinking chicken smoothies. Okay, he's drinking baked chicken smoothies. He's trying to save up every little piece of coin that he has to take care of his kid. Like, he's not going to change for her. That's not going to happen. These two people don't belong together. I don't even think that Megan is a bad person, but they don't have no business being together. Like, there's no compatibility. And low key, I feel like she's using him to grieve her father. And she has like some weird morbid connection with his son. And I'm wondering, did she tell him how her dad died? Because he died from diabetic complications. Does he know that? I hope so, because that would be weird if he didn't, and he has to find out through the TV show. He's already got stress dealing with his son's diabetes situation. Oh, that would be a bridge too far, but she keeps talking about it. And I don't know that a man would want to continuously hear about her dead dad who died from diabetes, and then linking that to his son who also has diabetes. Why do we keep doing that? It's weird. I'm gonna go back to the chicken smoothie, and I'm gonna leave it alone. No, I'm going to, because they made me gag.
I literally I feel like I'm about to throw up every time you say that. Oh my God.
I know.
Here.
Yeah. I felt like it, so I need the whole world to have that picture in their head so y'all can feel as bad as I do, because WTF. Even the white people were shocked. That's disgusting. What is that?
That was wild, even for them.
And it wasn't baked. That was boiled chicken with no seasoning.
It looked boiled.
Boiled,
But it
frozen.
looked boiled. Yeah. That's why.
With
It's meal
Crystal
prep.
Light. With Crystal Light.
Unnecessary.
Where they do that at?
The Rock don't even do that. He has chicken and broccoli. Okay, you can literally just eat that and call it a day. Huh? What did you say?
I was saying, I'm sure I think he's trying to throw off the scent. That can't be real. He's trying to discuss her. He's trying to do it silently, but she likes him too much.
Oh, she is pot committed. She's not going nowhere. She's really trying to be Luca's stepmom, and she'll do whatever she has to do to make sure that happens. That's what we're seeing right now. She don't care about that man, and Jordan don't like her either. Have we ever heard Jordan talk about how pretty she is, or how much he loves her personality, or what a good person that she is? No, he don't like that lady. He gonna say no to her at the wedding day. I guarantee you. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. That's all I have to say.
I still feel sick. That was so disgusting. I don't know. Hot take, they belong together. I think they belong together. Now, do I think Jordan like her as much as she like him? Probably not. But the way they families linked up, they families seem like they have been families forever. Like the way they interacted with their people, they was locked in. Ain't no splitting up. First of all, this is probably the most unstable group of people I have ever seen on Love is Blind. And I don't mean like unstable in the way that we think of characters. I mean like people you see walking around in your day-to-day life that you have no idea are severely unstable. The way Megan cries for no reason, she cries at every drop of the hat. She cries about the moon. She cries about the stars. She cries about breathing. And the patience that he shows her every single time she's boo-hooing about not a god dog thing, to me, it works out. He finds something, he get a big mama with some money who's trying to trick on Luca, trying to trick on him. They live happily ever after. He can maybe manage some of her sparkleness, whatever she got going on. And she gets somebody who got patience with all them tears. If they can make it work, that seems like a match made in heaven to me. I don't see no problem. The only thing I see is Jordan decides that the money ain't worth it. Maybe he decides that it ain't even worth it. He can't do it. But if Jordan can do it, they gonna make it work. Why not? Because like everybody said in the chat, I know that child support is kicking his behind. Okay? I know it is. I know it's uppercut. I know it's kicking his butt. He better run off with Sparkle Meg and the Suns. He better go run off. Help her with her tears. Let her be big mama to him and Luca. Better say yes. That's my opinion.
Now that man looks like a responsible person paying his bills when it comes to the child support. He's making it work. Ends up meeting.
Wait, first of all, I agree 100% with Z-Way. They might actually work. Strong might. But they're the only ones that can, they might make it. It's a maybe. But quick question. Maybe I missed this. I might have did. But when we ever verify that he was actually on child support for Luca? When did that happen? Did I miss that? Or we assuming that?
Wait,
I don't know.
Can you say that again? I hear you.
When did we verify that he's actually on child support for Luca? Because I didn't think he was. They have an arrangement between him and his baby mom.
I mean, he may not be, but when you get divorced and you got to split stuff, sometimes they were never married. They were. I thought they were married.
Nah, they were never married. It was kind of a hookup kind of thing, but they have worked to have this great co-parenting situation. She's remarried.
Oh, I thought
she's married. She's married.
Oh, okay.
She is married. Yeah, she's married. So
maybe
they just have. Yeah, it to me, Jordan pretty much has proven who he said he was for the most part. He has a decent job. He can have a better life, but most of his funds is going towards his son's medical bills. So he's making that sacrifice. Nope, he's first. Dolly was correct. He's first. So that's why his living arrangement is the way it is. He probably could have more, but no, I gotta take care of my kid. So that's gonna do that. Now, Megan, I've been saying since day one that Megan was leading with her money. Back was in the pods. I was like, every conversation she had with every dude, she was talking about how how well off she was. She never gave a dollar amount. She just said, how well off she was. And it was the one who kept leaving Easter eggs about what kind of car she drives, which you still don't know. She's making dudes guess and all this. I'm like, all right, that's the only reason why Jordan was going back and forth with her, because she started that. But anyway, these kids, her and Jordan connected off the fact that her dad had type 1 diabetes. So the way the family and her was acting in that meeting is because they see some type of weird connection. Oh, this is kind of meant to be. He was meant to come into our lives. The sister said, oh, I had a dream that, a guy would come here, and he is. It's a lot. It was a lot. I even saw Jordan's face was like, okay. Like this, okay, what, all right, we ain't got to go that far, but he acted very respectful, very well. They seemed to like him. It's all cool. That house stuff, man. Listen, I'm gonna say something controversial because I was glad the way Jordan handled that situation, and I think it was very real for what he told her. He told her, "I don't want to put you in a situation where, number one, it will feel like I'm mooching off of you, and that I don't want to feel like I'm not contributing." So already he's telling you, I'm not here for your money. I'm not here for your money. Because honestly, you making it way too easy for me to take your money. You trying to give it away. And I'm still not partaking. That says a lot. That says a lot. Now, I'm going to say something very controversial. I took a step back and I went, you know what? If Jordan was thinking logically with his pockets and not practically and morally, bro, this is not too bad of a deal. So hold on, let me get this straight. First of all, they told that realtor lady, yeah, we're just looking for a 3 to 4 bedroom. It has to have an office. She take him to a 6-bedroom house that's 2.1 million. Why? Number one, why are you showing us this house? It was nice though. I ain't gonna lie, it was nice. But why are you showing us this house? Megan set that up. She wanted that. That's the house she actually wanted to get. But yeah, you set that up. Number two, they go through the house. They talk about it. I listened to the plan they laid out. I was like, damn, that's not half bad. So hold on, let me get this straight. You got a $1.5 billion home back in LA that apparently the same realtor is helping her going to resell and get rid of. Okay, we're going to put it to this 2.1. We're going to have about $500,000 left on the loan. If we go in on that, you're going to be the principal, Megan, because hey, you're probably going to be one with the better credit and the funds to do it. She'll be the principal. He'll be the co-signee. So y'all both going on $500,000. Coach said earlier, hey, if we figure out some type of deal, you may have to take a little bit of line share, but I would chip in. I'm thinking about this. I'm like, bro, if I was your homeboy, I'd be like, you know what, bro? That's not too bad of a deal. That ain't bad. Hold on. We about to figure this out, bro. But like I said, I appreciate the fact that he took a step back and went, whoa, you're doing a lot. And you're doing a lot, and we only known each other for about 3-4 weeks. Whoa. Relax. Calm down. Take a breather. Okay? Hold on. We've only known each other for 3 to 4 weeks, and you're going 100 miles per hour. Now, I understand why she's going 100 miles per hour, because I think in her head, and I'm going to say the same thing about Anna later on, especially for Megan, she's looking at this situation, and she's actually seeing, oh my goodness, this could work. And she's trying to hang on for dear life, for every little strand. Going hard on with Luca, hard on him, emotions everywhere. She's like, oh my God, this situation could actually work for me. And she's trying to hang on hard. If she doesn't relax, she could end up losing him because of it. You pulling hard, you hanging on too much. And he's seeing this, like, yo, like he's telling her constantly, calm down. Okay? Constantly, he said the most time, calm down. It's okay. We're okay. Let's talk about things. I'm going through this with you. You don't have to calm down. He keep telling her this, and she kept, yo, I'm telling you, if she If she hangs on too hard, he's going to be like, you know what? Coach was right. He's going to be, you know what? Nah, it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. You know, but we'll see what happens. But I think I agree with Seaway. If they can figure some things out, set some ground rules, boundaries with each other, and it needs to be some on certain things, this could work. Because I think it was very telling when she said she met the baby mom and her husband, and it was great. And she was going to meet Luca in a few days, and Luca was already ready to meet her. So I could see in her mind, oh, yes, this is looking, we're in the home stretch. Yes, for her. Jordan's the one still like, okay, I see it, but you know. The only thing that bothered me, and this is the last thing, when she said she met the baby mom, she was very nice and kind. She said, oh yeah, she's great. They have a great situation. I understand it's great. And then I think it was Anna said, well, how did you feel about it? What's the vibe? And she made a kind of comment or a sly face is like, as far as like how she looked, she just kind of I was like, okay, that was a little catty. That was a little catty. To me, she saw herself, yeah, I'm better than her. That's what I read from that. I'm better than her, or whatever, or she's not on my level, kind of thing. So that was a little concerning. But besides that, it can work, maybe.
Definitely hear you on that. Thank you very much, Trey. Appreciate that. V?
I think they could work. I see a lot of doubt on this couple, but I see them working out. Like I really hope they work out. I did hear some tea, but I'm not gonna say too much. But I do see them working out. I heard some tea. I did see some tea.
We like tea. Make sure it's sweet.
You know, do you guys follow Storytime with Ricky? The Reality Receipts podcast.
Yeah.
They were like on like one episode I was watching, they were like spreading so much tea or whatever like that about like all the couples. And then they also they do spoiler alerts, but they were spreading so much tea where so I'm just like with Megan and Megan, like I'm like they could work 60%, but then 40. I mean Megan and Jordan, Megan and Jordan, they could work out like 60%. I see them working out 40%. I'm like, they might like I don't know, they might say no, I don't know, but overall, I see them working out. Like they have the best communication out of everybody. They talk through the hardest conversations. Like I like their banter. I like their communication styles, but I like them. Like I honestly see them working out. I see them like getting married. The only couple, they might be the only couple that gets married, but I'm like, I hope we don't see a divorce. Like I don't know. I just hope not. So yeah.
Oh, is that the tea?
Oh, I just kind of heard like I think it was like either nobody gets married or one couple, which was them that gets married, and then I think they divorce later on. I don't know. That's the tea that I heard. But yeah.
Yeah, because it looks like it ain't never gonna make it. So yeah.
But no, I really hope that they do work out though. They could work out though, because not all tea is right though. So I'm just like, I really want them to work out though, because they're my favorite couple, like the best couple on this season. No, like nobody else. No one else needs to get married but them. Like they're the
okay.
Well, we do know that she bought a house. That's the only thing I've heard. So she did buy a house.
How is it? She bought a house.
It was a 3-bedroom house, which is not even a big house.
Thank God.
But she bought a 3-bedroom
That's
house.
still.
So
okay. Well, maybe
in Denver or wherever they're at in Colorado. So that's the only thing I heard. Now she needed to move anyway, so who knows? She could have just bought that for herself, but she did buy a house.
That's true. I'm hearing you. Maybe she'll get a little child out of him right before she can. Sean. Thank you, Steve.
Sean don't care.
He don't. This is not his couple. Megan and Jordan.
My bad. My mouse was
good, bro.
working on my other laptop, so I was
don't worry about
in the wrong place.
Pause.
Listen.
Pause.
What? You just wanted to say
You-
pause because what?
I don't know.
You just wanted to say something. That's what that was. That's okay. You got it. You got it. And you know I love it. I love the short hair, so that's doing things for me. So you can get away with it.
My hat's falling off, so I'm about to get off camera.
See the hat slipping like Ray J's hat, like Ray J's beanie. Listen, Sparkle Megan been getting on my nerves since the pods. I'm sorry, I don't see it for her. You know, she just aggravates me a little bit. You know, I just see her as overbearing. She's doing too much with this kid. You know, oh, I want the kid. I want it to like me. I want to buy toys. I want to get him a Lamborghini. I want to get him a trust fund. I want to do this. I want to do that. It's like, man, pump your brakes and get to know, you know, the person that could potentially be your husband. It's like, get to know them, you know, and then build an organic relationship with the child. I get it, but it's just, to me, it's too much. It's too much. And then I need her to get a prenup. I need her to get a prenup because where in the world are you selling your $1.5 million house in LA? You know, I'm always going to come with the financial aspect, right? You got a $1.5 million house in LA. You're going to sell that house, combine the equity that you have from selling your property, and then get a new mortgage. And you're in a community property state. What are we doing and why are we doing it? Like, I need you to relax. One, you want him to combine. Can he even afford the $500,000 portion? You know, so I just need her to slow her roll. Unless she's, you know, has all this money, I guess I take back. Maybe she was with an almost billionaire. Because if you got a $1.5-2 million house in LA, the LA real estate market is no joke. So you got that already. Hey, maybe you was. I stand corrected. I don't mind saying I'm wrong when I'm wrong, because it's looking like Megan's got some change, you know. And to just be so willy-nilly and willing to just come and uproot herself, you know. I think that 1.5 is a lot if you don't have a mortgage, because peep that she said, yes, practitioner, she didn't just say I have a $1.5 million house with a $1.25 million mortgage. She said, no, I'm going to sell my house, meaning there is no mortgage on said house, and bring that equity. She didn't even wince. So that means there's more money where that came from. Listen, I'm a banker by nature. I can find and smell the money. So which is why I quickly corrected myself for saying maybe she wasn't with a billionaire, almost billionaire, because it's looking like there's a lot of money if she's willing to throw it around like that. So I say all that to say that I need her to slow her roll, and I need her to protect herself, because at the end of the day, this might not go that way. Get yourself a nice apartment. There's plenty of beautiful apartments in Denver. Get yourself a 3-4 bedroom, you know, townhouse, loft, rent a house. You don't have to buy. Take your time, you know. I just want her to slow down. You know, I don't know if you got into it, but, you know, from what I hear, I guess I wasn't paying attention. She was just doing a lot of crying. She's very emotional. She got a lot going on. And last but least, Jordan, something ain't right. And it's more than them nasty smoothies, because who at the age in their 20s gets a vasectomy? You ain't married. You got one kid. What are we doing? What you doing to snip for that quick, bro? Talking about you can get it reversed. So you going to go throw your legs up in the air again and let somebody redo? There's something to Jordan.
I'm glad you brought that up, because
I ain't figured it out yet. But that is. I got a couple friends that did get the vasectomy, but that's because they were married. They had 2 or 3 kids. They had a boy and girl. You know, they had that nice mix, and it was like, yeah, you know, they didn't want to. The wife was like, you know, she doesn't want to do anything, and they agreed to that.
It's because Luca's taking up a lot of time and a lot of money. He don't want no more daggone kids. He want to be able to have his fun without having to worry about a condom, because he don't want no more daggone kids. That man is playing her. He's telling her, yeah, we can get it reversed. But what he's not saying is, if you look up vasectomies, every year that you wait to get it reversed, you are lowering your fertility levels percentage points. It's not like it stays the same when you get it reversed. It doesn't work that way. And at some and that's a maybe. And the doctor will tell you that. That's why they don't even want guys to do it before the age of 30. It's like they only want you to do it if you already have a kid. Specifically for that reason, Sean, because it's like, what if you change your mind and now you can't have kids? So yeah, he playing with her. I hate doing that.
I hear it. Sparkle Megan. Shout out to her. All right, let's move on from sparkles, and let's take it to another place. Let's keep the energy high. We had Anna and Patrick. I want to get your quick thoughts on this situation. Anna and Patrick, obviously, she ghosted him, ran away, okay, and pulled a Casey on him. You know what I mean? So, poor man. He had 2 women run out on him like that. But I want to get your thoughts on them. So let me quickly just get a little clip for you guys so you can actually remind yourselves of what was happening between these two. So let me get you a little bit of clip. Let me get you a clip. Here we go. There we go. Let's get you a clip. Here we go.
You asked another girl to marry you, and I know that I wasn't there. But like, if I was in the back of your mind the whole time, like, you can't ask someone else to marry you. Just don't say that it was.
I mean, girl maths here is crazy. I mean, algebraic breakdowns, Pythagoras theorem, what else are those big words they use for these math equations? Okay. All right. She was doing all types of equations in this set. She said power to the 1,000. Okay. All right. What's that? Brackets before freaking multiplication. Yeah, she said that stuff too. Okay. So I want to get your thoughts, Anna, and Patrick. Quick thoughts, because we've got to move on again on this situation. Yes, Seaway.
Does Anna have all the audacity in the world? Yes. Is she playing in his face? 100%. She's a whole fool for that whole conversation. But I gotta say, I don't feel bad for Patrick, because Patrick is bringing it on himself. No woman respects, likes, or will show any type of, I don't know, nothing for a man that doesn't have boundaries, a man that just lets people walk all over him, and a man who's desperate. Personally, I feel like his desperation, lack of boundaries, and his chasing of that other lady just because he wanted somebody just doesn't make you respect him. Even when Anna's playing in his face, instead of, being like, you're playing in my face right now, like, F you mean, you ran out of here. You ran up out the pods. You can't dictate what I do after you run out the pods. That's what he should have said. Instead of there, he looking like he being a male pick me. And that's why he get played the way he do. Yeah, stand up. You said quick, I'm done.
I really hate new math. I hate new math. It's all stupid. But this is one of those situations. Seaway is right. Patrick, why are you even having this conversation, bro? You really sat there and let her try to play you and confuse you when you know. Like, what? Huh? How are you going? What? Actually, I was laughing. I was like, what? Wait a minute. You get mad because you left the competition and I decided to stay and try to go along with another contestant, this and that there. But you left? Okay. And now you're trying to turn it back on me like I did something wrong. Okay, stop it. But Patrick, he definitely, he's a male pick-me. He wants to find someone so badly. And you can see it all over his face. He tried to get on this rebound with Anna to a certain extent, but I think she told you her stance when she left. You ain't it, bro. Ain't nobody here it. Honestly, I have a theory on why she left. I think it's a good one. Like she told it in the pods, like she's very close to her parents, her Asian parents. You got to say that. And she hadn't spoken to them in days by that point. I wouldn't be surprised if the parents called the authorities to try to look for her. You know, and production got wind of, was like, hey, hold on, Anna. Nah, you got to go home. Like, nah, you got to take care of this because, you know, we got the authorities looking for you now. Like, no, she had to leave, get up out of there. You know, but that whole conversation wasn't necessary. I was like, why are we watching this? I mean, we wanted to watch it, but we were going through it. It was like, I didn't need this. We didn't need this at all.
Heard you loud and clear. V?
Honestly, I feel like I blame both Patrick and Anna. I blame Anna because I'm like, I feel like it's just not right for her to argue with Patrick on the reason, like, why she still went and picked Casey when she left. And she literally said that she left because she was worried about her family. So I'm just like, you don't have to leave. Like, you could have been brave and like still went on within the experiment and still like even like also I believe that she was Patrick's number one. So if she stayed, I believe Patrick would have picked her. I also kind of put Patrick at fault just for like trusting Casey and like because Casey literally said like she was on the show for clout. I feel like that when Casey says that should have been key for Patrick to also choose himself and leave too. But when it comes to Patrick and Anna, I just feel like that Anna is so wrong in the situation. Like the reason why Patrick still went and picked Casey was because like he had a other connection, so he wanted to pursue that. And also like Love is Blind is a competition show, so just like I feel like the fight was unnecessary, and I feel like that she could have maybe rekindled with him a little bit more maturely and been like, "Hey, look, I left because of X, Y, and Z, and like I wish you the best in like your life or whatever like that," and like kind of kept it pushing instead of like kind of trying to like keep on asking him like, "Oh, like why did you pick Casey?" Like I feel like she was just doing too much. She was going too far, and it was just unnecessary, just like what KB was doing. Like KB and Anna, the same person.
My computer be freezing. Sorry, Sean. Anna, Patrick. Quick thoughts.
You know, I just feel like Patrick can't catch a break. You know what I'm saying? It's like Casey just showed a fool. I'm not sure what all that performance she was doing. Then turns around, she don't want to even give the brother his ring back. And now he got to run into dealing with Anna. And she doesn't have a lack of accountability. She flips the script and twists and turns it right back on him, talking about you chose somebody else, not even acknowledging that she left without even a word, like a thief in the night. Yeah, I don't like that for Patrick. So I hope that I've seen a couple of his little clips on TikTok. Looks like he's exploring his personality and trying to get his confidence. But I really do hope that he looks at this experience and just really demands better for himself from people, and don't just accept people at face value. Let people's actions speak for them. And I just wish he would have told Anna, whoa, hold him up, slow them up. Like, how are you going to turn it around on me when you left me? Like, where's the apology? Where's the contrition? Where's the, I know I hurt your feelings, but, I really couldn't be in the process anymore. I'm really sorry. None of that. She seemed like she had a low-key attitude. So I didn't like that. I need Patrick to pick, just to pick up his pride, tuck in his shame, and put a couple of these people in their place. That's what I think.
Definitely hear you on that one. All right, cool. We're going to shift it. Like I said, we'll move on quickly, away from that space. Let's talk about another Anna, because there was Anna and there was there was Nick, and I would definitely want to be able to hear your perspective on Anna and Nick in this situation, because baby, You know, crash out artists out here. You know, I want to know your thoughts on this, Anna and Nick. I'll play a little clip for you guys to remind you a little something about them as well. Let me get my little clip. Hold on now. Damn, my computer will be freezing up in here. Sorry, guys. Okay, cool. Okay, it's back to normal. There we go. Here we go.
It comes to surface, but it's just giving Nick the space is a huge thing, don't you think?
Oh, yeah.
But the sensitivity.
Alrighty. So, Anna and Nick, we know that obviously that she crashed out episode 8, pretty much so after their little conversation and talks. I want to get you guys' thoughts. What did you guys' thoughts around Nick and Anna? You know, her crash out, family talks as well, because it seems like the family were, well, at least the mom was alluding to the fact that, you know, is he a man? What's your thoughts to Anna and Nick? Who's passionate to take this worth one?
They're both the villains. They're
Go
both
for
the villains. When it comes to Annie and Nick, they're both the villains. I feel like Nick, he's being super performative. Nick reminds me of Nikki D from Hannah, like from Hannah season 7. And then also I just feel like that Nick, he's extremely performative. Like I feel like he was lying the whole time when he was like, you know, I'm your I feel like he was trying to fake reassure Annie. And I feel like Annie, she's way too insecure. And I feel like that this man is playing in her face. And like she's acting like, you know, oh, I don't need you. So it's like, if you don't need him, then why are you staying? I'm like, at that point, y'all could have just left the hotel and called it like, I don't know, y'all could have just left and then like y'all don't have to get married. I don't know. I feel like this couple is a waste of time. Anna's not choosing herself. And Nick, he's on this show for a brand deal. He's on this show to get paid. Like I feel like that Nick, he wants to be on reality television. And I get it. But at the same time, I just feel like that Nick is playing in Annie's face big time. And I feel like that's kind of scary for Annie because it's like Annie's literally telling Nick, like, you know, I care more about this relationship than you. But it's like when Nick, like, it's like she kind of keeps on going back to him. And it's just like, so it's like 1 minute you're going back to him and like, you know, hugging him. But then at the next minute, you're just like kind of like arguing with him, being like, I'm more interested in like than you. Like, it's like she's bringing him down, but at the same time, it's like she's bipolar. It's like she's bringing him down, but at the same time, she's also reassuring him, like, you know what, okay, fine. But then it's also like he's literally playing in your face, like he's literally lying to you. He's on this, like, I hope she's watching the show back so that she could see, like, and I didn't watch her interviews, but I hope she's watching the show back so, like, you know, she could see, like, you know, oh my God, like, whole time this man never loved me, like, and you like he's an actor, like this guy, he's a bad actor.
Dahlia, you're laughing what?
I'm sorry. I was just expecting you to keep talking and then you just stopped.
No. I don't want to like talk too much, but I know everyone else needs to talk.
No, you were good. I was rocking with you.
Oh yeah, no, I'm trying to be.
We love a respectful queen. Look at V.
We ain't never mad at it. Go for it, Dahlia.
Yeah, okay. Unpopular opinion. I kind of like Nick a little bit more now. I kind of like him. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm betraying the sisterhood by saying this, but he grew on me. I don't know what to tell you. I like how he handled Annie when she was having her white woman meltdown. He knew exactly how to handle her. The only note that I have for him in that situation, he said something I had to go back and rewind again because I thought it was weird when he was saying, I may not be able to give you the affirmations that you're looking for even after marriage. And I was just like, wait, what? What do you mean? And that sent her spiraling again. It's like, why would you just got her calmed down, Nick. Why would you say that? I get you want to be honest, but that's too damn honest. That's too honest. She don't need that kind of honesty. But I liked how he communicated with her. He didn't let her punk him because she was trying to rewrite history and rewrite how he felt and what he was saying. And he was like, nope, don't put words in my mouth now. I didn't say that. But he didn't yell at her. He didn't insult her. He didn't he didn't call her crazy. He didn't pretend like he didn't hear her or walk away. He stayed in it. He just stayed true to himself. And I was like, okay, I can rock with this. And then when we saw him at the cabin, I felt like that's Nick. I felt like we got a chance to like really see him, because before that, I didn't really have a good beat for who he was, but like this dude is accomplished. He actually kind of reminds me of Henry Cavill in a sense that like Henry Cavill is like really good looking and he's a good actor, but you don't realize up till he starts talking that he's a massive geek, like really, really into geek stuff. Like he built his own computer. And Nick is the same way. Like you think he's just an a-hole, and it's like, oh, you have depth. And when one other thing about that, he has money, because every single hobby that he mentioned is expensive. That stuff right there, like literally all of it. There was nothing in there that you can just do for fun that costs less than $1,000. Down to his car, that little virginity corner of his, that's expensive too. He built that computer. Like, who does that? That's anyways. When his parents came around, his mother said something I thought that was very interesting. He looks just like her, by the way. He looks just like his mother. He has none of his father in him. She told Annie that he was very sensitive and that he was a really deep kid. And she was taken aback by how deep he was and that he noticed so much. And then I remembered she was the one who also questioned him about him being gay. And I wonder when she did that. And me personally, I don't see that in him. I know everybody and their mama is saying this man is a closet gay man. I don't see it. I really don't. I'm sorry. But I do think that sometimes there are some guys who can give that appearance because they have, what's the word I want to say? The stuff that they're into isn't like stereotypical manly type of stuff. And I think that mother of his, we keep thinking that she's the hero in the situation by calling a thing. I don't think that's the case. I feel like she put that into his head when he was younger. We have to keep in mind, this guy's conservative. And honestly, I think he might be MAGA. I suspect his parents are too. And typically, when you're coming from that conservative religious space, her saying, I think he might be gay, that wasn't her like being there for him. That was her being concerned. It's like, oh God, I think he might be gay. You know what I mean? That's not a good thing to be. And I think maybe she thinks that because he's emotionally sensitive, he has depth, he's a bit of a geek. And I think that he's not like a stereotypical manly male type of guy. And so she naturally assumes that, oh, he's gay. Because what about him would give you that impression, mama, that he's gay? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just, something about what he said and what she said rubbed me the wrong way. I don't know. I just, I want to know more about that situation. I understand everybody else will disagree with me. That's fine. Now, as far as the rest of the pod not liking him, I think the reason why they don't like him is because he's an a-hole. It's nothing to do with him maybe potentially being gay. I don't think guys really care like that or even notice that. I think that's something that women clock, not men. I think that if we recall back when they were in the pods, he made a throwaway comment about how much he'll miss their dumb humor or something like that, about them being stupid. And the guys like looked at him sideways, like I could choke you right now. Like they don't F with him like that. I think that what's his name, Joe? I think he was being serious when he said that. He was drunk, but he was serious when he said that. I don't think he's the only one who felt that way. And he does come off as fake. I think he is a liar. He lied to Annie and he lied to Kate, and then he tried to lie to Kate again, and she wouldn't let him. And good for her. She was like, "No, that's not what happened." And she stood on business. And he was really out here trying to gaslight her. And I think he's trying to do damage control. I think that's the reason why people don't like him, is because he is a liar. He doesn't seem to be a malicious liar, though. I get the impression that he's one of those liars who, I'm lying to cover my tracks so that way I don't get hurt for my own comfort. I don't have to feel any discomfort whatsoever. I'm that kind of liar. That's the impression that I get from him. Yeah, I don't know why Annie was treating him that way. I thought that was rude. I don't know what he said to her to make her like just like cut him off like that, but I don't know, because it didn't seem like they had any issues. So yeah, I don't know what that's about, but he's very interesting. He's got some depth. Like there's I don't know. I don't know what to make of Nick, but I don't dislike him. I don't. Sorry, not sorry.
I want to say this just for Dahlia and anyone who may be agreeing with Dahlia, and I don't want you to agree with Dahlia, and this is why. Ladies, I need you to protect yourself and stop giving people the benefit of the doubt. But let me just say this. If it's not size queen, if it's not his mama asking him unprovoked, if it's not the crop tops, if it's not his tone of voice, it's always this. Only, I shouldn't say only, but 9 times out of 10, when a man unprovoked asks you something about somebody being gay, for example, would you be upset if your kids are gay, and then proceeds to be homophobic? If your dude is very homophobic, unprovoked, the man is popping bussy. I'm just letting you know. Straight men who aren't doing that are not usually being homophobic unprovoked. Now, maybe provoked, but you're just unprovoked. That's when I knew. Forget the mama and the size queen. I'm like, why? Annie, would you be upset if your kid was gay? It's a fad. I accept whatever. And then they proceed to have this ridiculous homophobic conversation. That's when I knew. Because usually the dudes who are in the closet are homophobic, unprovoked. They always talking about Jesus saves and all this type of other stuff. These are always, they're very super religious. They think Jesus is going to pray them out of being gay. That is how you know. That is how you know. And Annie, and Dahlia, to your other question, why Annie acting like that? Because Annie know too. Annie's disrespectful, and Annie don't care. She don't respect him. Because Annie know the truth too. Annie just wants to be married. She does not respect that man. She's very disrespectful. So I need both of them to get the hell on. Personally, I think Annie more off than he is, to be honest. I mean, I don't know what's going on with Annie. But she just want to be married. Her and her 5 wigs on top of her head. She just wants to be married, and she gonna take what she can get. Honestly, okay, so Annie and Calibri are doing the same thing. Go ahead.
It's a wig, right? Because I was
I don't think it's a wig. Actually, I think she has stacked so many extensions in her head that it's now sitting on top of her head.
Oh, it's just bundles, just a lot of bundles.
Yes, she got like equivalent. Let's say we wear 4 bundles. She has like equivalent of 4 bundles on top of her head, but then it's sitting right here.
Yeah,
bad. Like she has like tape-ins, but it's too much. It looks horrible.
I don't trust that lady. You can't trust no hairstylist who don't take care of her own hair.
Yeah. But Dahlia, please don't make excuses for what you see no more. I just met a lady on the street, and she actually is getting divorced from her husband because he says that he likes men now. And she said if there was anything that I could learn, she says I started making excuses for things that I was seeing. And she said I would tell women to never do that. She says if it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it's a god dog duck. And you rather be wrong on one end than making excuses on the back end.
Pun not intended.
Yeah, no pun. That's it.
I hear you, sis. I hear you.
That's some real nasty work. Who hasn't gone? I know it's between Trey. Have you gone?
No. Oh, I'm not about to get into a conversation about this man's sexuality. That's not my. Yeah, I'm staying away from that. All I will say, I'm kind of leaning towards what Dahlia is thinking. I'm with you. I got your back. You know what I'm saying? We here. I see it. My only thing, well, let me see. This is what I see. What I see about Nick. Is there a possibility? Guess what? There's always a possibility. Whatever. But me and Elsa had a long conversation on her channel about Nick and where he's from and what's actually accepted there. You know, as number one, where he's from Dillon. He lives out in Dillon. It's about 2 hours outside of Denver. It's nothing but pure money in that city. Pure money. I don't think you're going to catch a poor person, not even a middle-class person. It's nothing but money. You're either corporate or what I would like to classify as a mountain person, mountain man. Nick is somewhere stuck in between. He's half mountain man, half bougie corporate. He's bougie mountain, and that's what's bothering his mother. Because he's not the typical norm that you will find in their particular area where they live at. So you fighting against that, number one. As far as finance is concerned, he's probably right behind Megan. Like, if not past her. That boy loaded. It does well for himself. The family got money, he got his own money. And that's a simulator, not a computer that was in the house. That's a simulator in a heated garage. That was crazy. A heated garage. What told me how this boy is living is when I saw that car. He had an actual 65 Cobra. Not a replica, not a remake. No, an actual 65 Cobra. You ain't catching one of them less than $1 million. That's 1.2 easy. And he just got it sitting in his garage for his summer car. Nah, he was flexing hard and quietly. Hard and quietly in his little mountain house that he said, yeah, no, ma'am. That's his car, not his daddy's car. That's his car. I'm scared to see what his daddy drive. Plus the boat that was sitting over in the other corner. It's crazy. Crazy. So you're right. He does know how to handle Annie at times, but then he'll break her confidence glass to make sure he doesn't set her intentions too high. Like, okay, no, this is about how I want you to go. Stop right there. Stop right there. Because to me, and like I agree with you, Dahlia, as the more and more this goes along, the more and more I kind of like Nick, but he's an a-hole. He really is an a-hole to the highest order. But the more and more it goes along, the more and more I understand what he's thinking about. Because he's the only one that's practically thinking when he's talking to Andy, like, listen, when we first came to this, all of us men was thinking like, yeah, we don't know how this is going to go. We're just trying to go through this, whatever. Oh my God, you don't love me. But that's not what I said. That's not what I said. Don't put words in my mouth. Hold on. Let me tell you again what I said. This is what I mean. He's trying to put realistic expectations to their relationship, whether it work or not. But he's leaving room for it to work. He's leaving room for it to work. Is he, to a lot of people, a little off? Hey, maybe. To me, you know what it is? And maybe this is given to the idea that he might be gay. Who cares, number one? But number two, unless you'll marry him, that's your business. But who cares, number one? But number two, He seems like a person now where he is in his life. He lives how he want to live, and he really can care two ifs what you think about it. He is very comfortable with who he is as a person. Very comfortable that he can make crazy little statements and get away with it. But like, yeah, I said it, and what? What you gonna do about it? Nothing. So why you complain about it? Exactly. There's just no reason to even talk about it. What? See, I said it. So what? But he's a-hole. The reason why the other fellas don't like him is because he's a-hole, and he leaves with his money as well. He just covers it better than Megan does. He just covers it much better than Megan does. But that's some of the reasons why Joe said what he said, and some of the other fellas said what they said. They don't like Nick because they know Nick, and Nick acts like it too. He's on a different level than them financially. So they're like, y'all can't, you ain't with me. So yeah, I can see the hate. I can see the hate, and most of it's hate. But I guess Coach will want to keep it going, so we'll move on.
Appreciate it, Trey. Good points. Sean?
I kind of side with Seaway around Nick, especially since at the RNC, that app that begins with a G and sounds like Grindr was going off, and that be the app that people be socializing with, and a lot of folks with these views be doing stuff, the same stuff they talk against and spew all this hate against, they be doing it. So I don't know. Nick is looking like he shows up that way. So there's that. I think he's fake, and I think that Annie is annoying, or Annie or Anna, whatever her name is. She stresses me out. All she does is seem to cry and carry on, and it's just she aggravates me. I hate to say it. She just aggravates me. I don't think she thinks coherently. He's always having to put out these little fires when it comes to her and help talk sense into her. But I think it's performative from his end. He doesn't seem, I don't know. The guys don't like him because he's smug, because he's a jerk, because even in the pods, he was kind of playing two women. And then when he went and had that conversation with that other gal, I don't remember none of these nondescript white folks' names. I'm sorry, forgive me. But whatever that other gal's name is, the blonde one, when they was at the OK Corral, Get Down Cowboy thing they had, and he went to talk to her, and she wasn't having any of it.
Kate.
I think that's right. I think, was that the one? Correct me if I'm wrong, because I could be blending things together.
It was Kate.
Kate. Okay. Yeah. And I think that is just indicative of his character and how he comes off to people. I think she's Delulu. So she's like in a fog half the time. And yeah, I think they'll get married. I think they may actually get married to each other. I could see it happening. Will it last? I don't know.
All right, cool. Sorry, my internet just be freezing on me. It's peeing me off. Okay, we're gonna move on to the last couple, which is Anton and Ali. We got what, 15 minutes? Y'all gonna have to round it up, okay? Our prayer
Did we
time
talk
and
about
sleep time.
the woman that was visually impaired? Did I miss that?
Oh, Joe Madison. Oh, snap. You know what?
See, you always trying to wrap things up.
Listen, I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie to
Listen,
you.
I got to go too. I got to be up at 6 a.m. in the morning. I ain't got time to
I ain't gonna lie to you. We're gonna have to
these crazy
squeeze it
folks
in.
Denver. But
Cause I got 15 minutes. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I'm
I
right
gotta
with
go
you
to
because you ain't
bed.
gonna leave me out here hanging. At this live will shut down. You leave, this live will end stream. I don't think I'm here my gums to know 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. I can promise you that because I am not a morning person and I got to be up at 6 a.m. Okay, just put it out there.
I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. I ain't gonna lie to you. I got prayer time and I'm tired already, so I ain't looking to go to the Lord tired. Things are chasing me. Y'all got 15 minutes. So what I'm gonna say is you can choose between which one you want to hit on your few minutes of speaking about it, because timers are running. Yep, I really don't care about Joe like that, so that's why I even don't really care about it. So, you can choose between Joe and Madison, or you can split your time. You can do a bit of both. You know what I'm saying? But you got 3 minutes. Yeah, squeeze your answers in 3 minutes because that's what I'm giving you. Trey, you definitely got 3 minutes. Okay, I love you, but you got 3 minutes. Okay, all right, because you're gonna take us over the edge, and today I can't do it. You know. But I do actually like your take straight when I say that. But yes. So it's between Joe and Anton and Ali. So you got 3 minutes to dissect these two. Because bed is a calling. Okay, bed is a calling. All right. V, take us away. You can do both. You can choose one, whichever. But you got 3 minutes, and I'm gonna be real strict. I'm looking at the
Okay,
timer
I
right
would do
now.
both. Wait,
Got it.
Anton and Ali is spoiled. She's spoiled. When the moment she said that you could have paid 10,000 for that ring, I was like, says who? Like, I feel like Anton, like he's bringing in all the work when it comes to his relationship. Is giving that Ali wants to be lazy and high maintenance and have Anton provide everything for him. He just can't do it. I think Anton deserves to marry somebody else. He needs to marry somebody else. I don't like this couple. I feel bad for Anton. I feel like that he's being like, even when Ali was like, yeah, I'm too lazy to clean, like I feel like Ali, she's lazy, she's spoiled, like she just wants everything handed to her, but she doesn't want to do the work in the marriage. And then with Madison and Joe, they are both the villains. They're not gonna work out. I don't see them getting married. They argue way too much. Joe, he's dismissive, he's passive aggressive, he's avoidant, and then Madison, when it comes to Madison, I just feel like that she's insecure. Like I feel bad for her too because the moment she said like she needs somebody like because she's like she might have like blind like her like eye condition. She wants someone to be like there for her and be empathetic. I honestly just feel like that Joe is not the one for her, and like but then also she's starting arguments with Joe. But then also I just feel like that Joe, he's performative. Joe and Nick the same person, but Joe, he's very performative. He obviously does not like Madison. I feel like Joe never liked Madison the moment he saw her at the reveal. Like, I just feel like that Madison is not his type, and ever since then, he has been avoiding Madison the whole season. The moment when he went into that hotel and he left that barbecue party early, I was just like, oh no, you could have stayed. You could have stayed with her, been there for her. I feel like that he's just rude, and I also with her, I feel like that she needs to calm down. But I kind of get where she's coming from. I understand, like, I get where Madison's coming from, but at the same time, I feel like that she could be a gaslighter sometimes, a manipulator, but I feel like that they both need therapy. The both of them need therapy. I think Joe just doesn't need to be married at all. Like he needs to be single for the rest of his life. And then Madison, she just needs therapy and she needs to find the right man for her.
Love that. You did it in like 2. Shout. Dahlia. Talk to me.
Okay. Let me speed run this. Joe is a homosexual looking for a place to stay. The place that we saw, that's not his place. That's an Airbnb. You're not going to convince me otherwise. Does he look like a man who reads the Bible and displays it? Come on, please. And he got just frozen meat, and that's it. Please. That's the homosexual, and he's trying to get up on the come up with Madison, who's too dumb to see it because she's busy crying all the freaking time. For those of you who deal with Pride and Prejudice, she is Mrs. Bennet. That's who she is. She's Mrs. Bennet. She's full of anxiety. I want her to go get some smelling salts. Calm your ass down some, because you out here starting fights and you getting worked up for no reason. You already see the writing on the wall. Your instincts are true. This man don't like you. He don't want you. Just because he let you and I put it like that. Just because you guys had sex, that doesn't mean he likes you. Okay? Guys can do that. They're good at that. They have this crazy ability to just overcome their own disgust to see the mission through. I don't know how they do it, but they do. Stop deluding yourself into thinking this man likes you. He don't. He also don't like your personality either. So you might have had a chance in hell. You killed that on the first night when you went on and on about him being drunk. Now, who else is next? Anton and Alini, whatever her name is. Anton is all right. He's a bit of a liar though, but I get it. He's trying to survive. His friend is a homosexual too, by the way. It's weird that you move in with a lady after one date and then you just never left. So I don't know if I trust the girlfriend's accounts of what's happening because you don't know this friend. You don't really know Anton like that either. Sounds like you bankrolling their lifestyle, but that's neither here nor there. Alini is she's trying to be a housewife, and what she's gonna do is she's gonna have Anton bankrolling her medical school career, whatever it is that she's got going on, and she's never gonna go back. And if possible, she's gonna get a baby so she can stay home. She's not going back to work. She told you that. She told you her parents took care of everything. It's not that she's lazy. It's that she's spoiled. She's not going back to work. And he can't see the writing on the wall. And Alini is dumb because Anton actually probably would bankroll her if she was just a little bit nicer. He told you he wanted to do matching sweaters and you called it corny. Do the matching sweaters. It don't cost you nothing but time. Do the sweaters. Let him bankroll school. He might even be willing to pay for Botox if you're really nice to him. Maybe two matching sweaters a year, and then you give me my Botox. That's reasonable. That's reasonable. Yeah. So, she's effing this up for herself. That's it. That's where I land.
Appreciate that. Thank you,
Mhm.
Trey.
I don't think Anton is seen it for Allie at all. The more and more it goes along, he likes her face. She's pretty. But the more and more she talks, the more and more he's kind of disliking it. It's like, you know what? This is not looking conducive for my life going forward. So he's a little iffy. He's back and forth. But if anybody's probably going to leave the altar, I think he'd be the one. But like, you know what? Nah, I'm out. Peace. I'll holler at you. You know, because what I've seen of him, he's very observant. He watches everybody, including her, and what she says. And, you know, he ain't really feeling it, you know. But it is funny. It be your own people. You know, his homeboy girlfriend just sold him up the river. That thing was crazy. You know, and she was kind of tripping over nothing, but that's something that we're going to move on. Joe and Madison. Listen, we all know Joe not his girl. I'm going to tell you why he don't like her. It ain't just the physical. You know, honestly, I think he's somewhat getting past that just a tad bit. You know what it is? She's annoying. She is annoying. I'm seeing it now. I see what you're saying, Joe. Oh my God. I'm sorry. Shh, be quiet for 2 minutes. Just for 2 minutes. Close your mouth. Then things will be okay. You know, but she presents well, especially when she met his family. Oh, they love her. Joe, this is a nice place for you to land. Because you're right. He might be a homosexual for real. Joe, this looks good over here. Hey, you did all right. So he might be thinking like, you know what? He might say yes just for him to, you know, get out of his situation. But I don't know if he could put up with her. And she's so enamored with the crumbs that he's given her that she's crazy enough to say yes in the first place. So I'm like, okay. But yeah, that's it for that.
Seaway.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with Trey and Dahlia, and then disagree with Dahlia on one thing when it comes to Ali and the Russian guy. Where I agree is that sometimes women, they talk themselves and trick themselves out of their position. You're talking too much. If you want to be a housewife, this and that, why are you announcing that you ain't gonna clean? You ain't got time to clean. Why are you announcing that you want your own bank account so you won't so he won't know how much you're spending on Botox? You're talking too much. If you actually found a man that looked like he's willing and able, be quiet. Just chill, just cool, just coast. Why are you talking so much? I mean, I just literally, and I see women do this all the time. Get out of your own way. You found a man willing and able. You already got the intangibles. You cute, you got a nice body, you got a pretty face. You got the intangibles. You're in the door. Just shut up. She doing too much. That's number one. Number two, I don't even know what she's going back to school for. I missed that part. But yeah, but where I disagree with Dahlia, agree with Trey. If you think Mr. Russian don't know, the way his face looked when she talked about she ain't got time to clean, and then she want the separate bank accounts and this and that, he gave her a hug, was like, bless your heart. She's cooked. She's done. If I know anything, I know he gets to that altar and he's saying, hell no. I know when a man done clocked a woman, because when a man like him clocks a woman, he's not telling you. He's just going to be like, oh, she's like, are you good? She's like, yes, sweetheart, we're good. She was done at that very moment. She messed herself up. She should have been quiet and played her position. She would have got what she wanted. She talking too much. Worried about what he doing in the strip club. Girl, he ain't even been in the strip club since he seen you. Why are you worried about phantom strip clubs? And if he was single in the strip club, what is that to you? Just Clark it. These girls. Do I need to teach a class? Like, what are you doing? Okay, and then moving to Madison and what's his name? Joe. They are some comedians. Every single time they're on my screen, I am dying laughing. Madison be crying for no reason, and that man be in the kitchen laughing at her face. When she walk away, he's still laughing. I'm like, they got to be the funniest people on TV. She be crying about nothing. They be arguing about nothing. I have never seen two people argue about nothing. When she took off that ring and so said, F me, F you, I was crying. They're so funny. They're deeply unserious, deeply problematic. Both of them need emotional regulation and therapy. I fear though that although Joe, the guy's always saying the wrong effing thing, he needs to really just be quiet as well. He's always saying the wrong thing. He is more emotionally stable than Madison. Madison is cooked. Lord have mercy, but they're funny. Joe could be my friend. His sense of humor is my type of sense of humor. His carrying on is my type of carrying on. The way he be giggling sends me to the god dog moon. He know that lady crazy. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the body, the face, the personality, or everything. I don't know what it is, but I can see them two fools actually saying yes at the altar. They're that crazy. Yeah, that's what I got.
Thank you, Seaway. Appreciate that. Sean?
Yeah, I agree with Seaway, except for I'm glad that Ali told Anton exactly what she's thinking, because ain't nothing worse than a bait and switch. So I'm glad she said it so that we can know and that we can move accordingly. Because at the end of the day, the delusion runs very heavy in that one. How you think you gonna go get your whole master's, get you another whole advanced degree? You ain't gonna be contributing to the household, and you want to do like what your parents did for you? Well, I ain't your mammy, and I ain't your pappy. So if you want that, then Love is Blind is the wrong show for you. And like I say, love is not blind. It is 2020. Because ain't no way. If some grown woman would have told me that in our 20s, I get it. But you 30, you got your own profession, you doing things, and you just want to sit home and take another degree. Yeah, and then you talking about Botox, baby. You're a beautiful woman. What's all the Botox? Why are you putting all these chemicals in yourself? Take it easy. Do you love yourself? Like, what's going on, baby girl? Like, I need her to just like sit down and really like let's talk. I need to talk. I do think, although that friend, the Anton's girlfriend, Anton's friend's girlfriend, messy as hell. She's messy. And now those are not the kind of friends you want, because you don't know that girl from a can of paint. Why are you dumping all that stuff in her back door and then trying to back away? I hate somebody that's going to dump something on you and then try to scoop it up with their hands. You just dumped a whole dump truck on me with garbage and you want to pick up pieces with your hands? No, you already did. She's like, well, no, I don't think it's anymore, but I don't think. You said too much. She's a leaky faucet. That friend, problematic. And Joe might have a little bit of drinking problem if he's coming home from the night shift in the morning drinking beers and drinks, and I'm not gonna call it an ism, but I'm gonna call it something. It's something. If you got to drink in the morning, I think that's something that needs to be looked at. He got to, you should be drinking juice and water, not alcoholic libations. And last but not least, that couple, Madison and Joe, they are giving crazy and crazier. The two of them my nervous system is overstimulated every time they come on my screen. The screaming, the yelling, the crying, the lying, the drinking. She ain't act like she ain't never seen nobody drunk before, but she's drunk. It's too much. They're not ready. But I agree with C-Way. They're likely to get married and stress each other out and be divorced within 2 business days. I'm done.
Well, Sean, thank you. You are obviously our deacon as well, so you can take us out.
I don't even know how to benedict this one, but first of all, I need our good brother Edmund, as much as we love him, to release us from this pick, because not only is he have on that pick popped up in his head every single scene. When we saw the recent clip at the wedding ceremony, this Negro got a bedazzled pick up inside of his fro. The disrespect, I need him to cut it out. He's playing in our face because he is smart, but he just needs to. I need him to stop. It's just getting to be too much. It comes to a point, and it has come to a point with me and Edmund and that pick. It has come to a point, and I think on that note, we all need to find in our relationship, you have to have a boundary, and it has to come to a point where you're willing to go. And that's for every single one of these couples. Patrick, it needs to come to a point when you're tired of looking stupid. You know what I'm saying? Annie, it needs to come to a point when you can see the forest for the trees and you can see what's in front of you ain't for you. You know what I'm saying? Anton and Allie, you need to come to a point where the delusion bridges the gap to reality and you come up with a plan that makes sense and that you ain't drinking first thing when you get off the shift. Everything needs to go. Joe and whatever her name is, Madison, it needs to come to a point where we realize that we don't do nothing but stress each other out and trauma bond. It comes to a point, and I have come to a point with this season.
Thank you very much, Sean. I appreciate that. Listen, audience, it's time to go to bed. Okay, go and say your prayers if you haven't said it already. And we appreciate you. Tonight's been good fun. And I appreciate my members coming up here and just sharing their thoughts and opinions. I ran a bit over time, so obviously the next few episodes drop today. They drop today. It's Wednesday, so episodes drop today. So another set of episodes drop today. So we'll be watching to see. And obviously by the end of this month, next week is Married at First Sight, and I think Ready to Love Detroit is also coming back as well. So a busy October. We'll schedule things in. Do you know what I mean? So we might be back on my Saturday nights. You know what I mean? So we look forward to the Saturday nights again. Do you know what I mean? Maybe not Saturday night, but like a Saturday evening. You hear me? I'm trying not to be too deep in the night, bro. It's catching up with me, bro. I'm no longer young. You know what I mean? Yeah. Gotta get to bed early. You hear me? Got to do them shut up of the prayers. All right, listen, guys, I appreciate you lot, and you know, thank you for all coming through. Make sure you hype the video as well. There's a hype button now on YouTube. I don't know why they did that, but they said they want to do that. So make sure you're hyping up the video, and we are looking forward to seeing you guys next week when these latest episodes drop as well. Much love, much appreciation. Shut up, bada. Okay, I appreciate y'all. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Okay, be easy.
I bet you could. But no.
Bye. You know what time it is.